This seems like the right music for tonight's show, right?
Yeah?
I can't hear it.
I can't hear it.
You guys can't hear it?
Nope.
Oop.
Oh, they can. Hold on here. You should be able to hear it. I'll fix it for you.
I hear something very, very faintly in the background now.
Really? Should be pretty loud. It's like 61%. Well, it's the Death March from Arcane Anthems.
Oh, well, I mean, we're going to die anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Can you hear it now?
A little bit better, yeah. Kinda.
Really? How loud is it on
Really?
stream, y'all? It should be loud as shit. For all of you that are using Wavelink in our chat, make sure you have your browser source turned all the way up in case you have that turned down at all.
Mine's all the way up.
Odd. You should be hearing it just fine. I'm sure
I
chat
don't-
can hear it because I watching the bars bounce.
Oh, my book.
It's got like the old didgeridoo noise and everything.
I mean, I can hear it through Roll20, but it's not super loud.
Roll 20. It's not on Roll 20. It's in this chat.
I mean, not Roll20, I meant,
OBS Ninja.
Gotcha.
I meant Twitch.
Twitch. Oh, okay. So it's not too loud on Twitch either. That's good.
No. Okay.
I can bump it some. I'm just gonna turn it down for me because it's really loud on my end. So, my week has been crazy. Todd, I saw though, speaking Pathfinder, that you posted up. You post up a psychic thing for Pathfinder. Did they release more on the class or something?
Yeah, the rules lawyer had a video going over the whole thing. Plus, he went into a combat scenario, like actually a fight with it,
Like tested it?
to test it out. Yeah, it's really cool, and I think that's going to be my go-to casting class from now on.
Over Sorcerer?
Sort of yeah, because it's sort of like a blasty caster. It really focuses on cantrips and doing cool new things that they normally can't do. I'm excited for it.
Do we have a release date yet for that?
Yeah, July 27th, a couple weeks.
So like Gen Con.
Subscribers
That's right, Gen
should
Con.
be
Gen Con.
getting it around now. I think last night at midnight Paizo time, they started releasing it.
Yeah, they say that, but I can tell you that is not how that goes. Yeah.
Well, some folks online are saying they're getting there, so that's.
Ever since I
Someone's getting
canceled
it.
my sub and resubbed, I must be at the back of the fucking food pool because I don't get shit anymore. I used to get it like I was subscriber like within the first 1,000. Like when PF1 came out, I was like in it to win it. Here, let's check the account, shall we? Let's see.
Wow. Prime Gaming loot is hot right now. Holy shit.
I haven't looked at Prime at all today.
They're
Jen's
giving
been
away
buying
Mass
shit.
Effect Legendary Edition, Jedi
Yeah, I
Knight,
already bought that.
Jedi Outcast,
Yeah, I already
Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, Republic Commando.
I have that too. That's a great game. They should have made a second
Yeah.
one. But let me see here, Todd. Let's see if I have it in my Paizo feed. Let's see if they're. Book of the Dead is I think the most recent thing I have. Yeah.
Dark Archive. I'll always struggle to not just say Darkive, but me and my wordplay.
I think Secrets of Magic is my last one. Book of the Dead, Secret of Magic, yeah. So no, I don't have it yet. Hopefully, maybe this week for me.
Sometime between now and a month from now. you'll
Ever
get it.
since I did the special edition books, they keep telling me, "Oh yeah, there's been a problem." Like, well, you should probably fix that problem. It's
should
been
probably fix
4
that,
books now.
Those are the only ones that I buy.
Yeah, like please, can you please send me my PDFs with my book for fuck's sake? I'm paying more and you're giving to me later. It's like you hate me. But
PDF subscription, I would sign up for immediately.
yeah,
I
they'll
don't
never do it
necessarily
though.
need the physical books. Yeah, I know.
Because the cost of the book helps pad
wish list.
the production for the
Oh.
PDF.
Absolutely.
I talked to Mona about it when we were at a con. I was like, so what's the chance you ever doing like a PDF subscription and maybe it's like $18 instead of $15? Like I would do it. He was like, the book covers part of the cost. I'm like, what about if it was 20 and you finally hyperlinked everything?
Also,
What about 150 and I buy my own milk?
Yeah. Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I was saying.
So I realized that a lot of my cantrips use a lot of D4s, and I was like, man, do I have more D4s? And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. I have a shit ton of these guys.
Yeah, I think me, you, and Todd. It's Todd's fault.
Yeah. Well, no. Remember, Todd was like, hey, these are really awesome. We're like, oh yeah, we have a lot of those.
Oh, I got those.
Full bag.
Well, no, you got those. I got them from Todd because Todd showed me a website where they were what, 30 cents a D4 or something.
I think it was like 20.
20
Oh
cents.
yeah, these
Something
were
cheap.
these were Chessex.
Yeah, they're
Um,
miscasts.
It was like, yeah, they were like all damaged, and I was like, these are fucking sweet. And they're like,
Mhm.
oh, I mean, we're selling them. Like, cool. How much are they? I bought a shit ton of them.
Yeah, we have a ton of them. What else happened this week? I've officially announced Living Ethauntia. I know. I can
what?
feel Kelly's gaze on me. Like, what mistake are you making right now? I know I can feel it, but it's not going to be as extravagant as what we've ran in the past.
Okay.
As Detroit?
Okay.
Kelly and I and Alan, and then Alan fell off, and then Kelly and I were just running it. We did Ethauntia, not Ethauntia. We did
Numenera.
Shadowrun.
well, Numenera was a
you-
test
you were-
bed.
Yeah.
Raven was part of that. That was my idea of doing West Marches.
Yep.
Then we joined Emerald Grid. Then we left Emerald Grid, which was Shadowrun. Then we made Detroit in like 2 weeks. Website and everything. Started that drinking at my house over New Year's, was it?
Was it New Year's or was it?
It was over winter, wasn't it?
I thought that was when Alan came to visit us.
Yeah, was that winter though? Or summer? It might have been
I
summer.
thought that was summer.
So yeah,
'Cause
Jen was out of town.
I
Jen
remember
was to go
him-
see her family. That's
I
right.
remember him throwing up in the
sewer grate. In the
street.
sewer grate.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then after that, we did
Hype train.
we did a little bit of Eclipse phase, but we realized everybody just wanted Shadowrun, and we're like, well, I'm not ever running that again. So,
Yeah.
because Shadowrun's like a boat with Bondo that somehow floats. It's just holes patched with other makeshift holes. They're like, hey, this hole's bigger. If we cut a hole to the left, the water will leak in a loop, right? Like that's Shadowrun. In a nutshell. And then 6th
Oh
edition
my
came
God.
out, and everybody hated 6th edition. Although I gotta be honest, I just reread 6th edition. It's not as bad as everybody says it is. It's just not the crunch and munch that everybody wanted.
No, so
Oh, man.
well, that's part of it. But like also like when I read it, unless they updated it, like the reason I was mad was because I bought it and it had. And I mean, they always have editing errors because that's just a
That's
trope
just
for
Catalyst.
Shadowrun. That's just Catalyst at this point. But like they
Stop
had so
hiring your
many of them.
forklift drivers to edit your shit.
I like at Gen Con I was reading through it, I'm like errors like every couple of pages, and then when I did the recalculations I was like, oh, I'll see if I can build Calbruin in Shadowrun 6.
Yeah.
It was
Nope.
better for me to build her with BioWare.
Yep.
It was more
Yeah.
effective.
Cyberware
than
wasn't
to
good.
Do something cool with her cyber arm, yeah. So I was like,
Eric from Norse Foundry is running 88 Riddles and a couple other. I think Scott's in that as well. Allie, I'm not positive, but he's
ask.
running it for them, and they've really enjoyed it. But I don't think they really played the old Shadowrun.
Okay.
No, they didn't. I was actually a while back. I signed up to be part of that group. But
Oh, did you?
That was when it was 5th edition. Yeah, so I have a character somewhere for that.
5e makes me want to blow my brains out.
Or,
It's
sorry,
so bad.
Running
fourth,
it was
fourth,
running
fourth,
it
fourth.
running it is difficult.
It was the one that
It was
we
difficult
couldn't
for me.
track down any physical rule books.
Oh, it's
So-
almost impossible to find physical rule books for it anymore. It's not. It's such a rough system. I do gotta say though, I did really like Anarchy. I wish we would have just switched to Anarchy.
Yeah.
Because Anarchy's like heavy RP, really fun kind of setup. I wish we would have done that, but it didn't happen. Those who are wondering, I'm writing down a note for today to remind myself what we're doing. So our episode 3 was Frosted Pain. That was our last episode. It sounds like something you get at a Blizzard. And this one's Frozen in Time. Yeah, and this one's Frozen in Time. For those who are wondering why it looks similar. So if everyone remembers, to recap before we kick the show off, Everston's dead.
This is true.
Voss is still sleepless. because he still got fatigue from lack of rest, because he got woke up in it
Yeah, Nora. I had to slap him across the face to
wake
him
you up, which means that you are susceptible when you go back to sleep to Darkane again. Because that's how that works. And then Lillian took wisdom damage, which doesn't exist in PF2E, I know, but it does for this, because howlers do that, and it is a condition that can be you can get rid of it when you rest or get proper healing done, I should say, not rest, proper healing. But she was given earplugs, basically wax and howler fur. That's like making plaster with horsehair for her ears.
Oh, they're shoved down in there.
Oh, Bear, what are you doing?
Oh.
Giving away them gifted subs.
What?
Good lord.
Choo choo, motherfucker. Get them train lives. So
Choo-choo.
with that, what those who are new to the show probably don't know is that when they die, they go into Nero's lantern, which is the Gravelighter lantern, like a Reaper's lantern. For those who play League of Legends, think Thresh with his lantern. But souls go into it. It is currently damaged because they were, at the end of Season 2, going to empty it out in Kadra, and all of that hasn't happened yet, so they technically still have a full fucking lantern. So Nora stayed out of the lantern to be with the Howlers, which are halflings. They're fiend-blooded or howler-blooded. They ride Howlers. These two are sorcerers. They're not even... Everyone thinks they're like primal and evil. That's not even the case. They're just fucking survivors, because this is a frozen tundra of a land. But the place has been melting until recently. And yeah, the only person outside of it is Nora with Everston's dead body.
Yep. Like you do.
And I will say the first thing Nora will notice before we start is none of the pacted bodies went away.
Okay.
Just a heads up.
I would be using my undead. I would keep reaching out with my
Just a heads
imprecise undead sense.
So everybody get your spells ready. During intermission, right before, I'm going to talk a little bit about living Ethauntia. I'm not going to do it in the pre-show. We'll do it right before intermission, or maybe when I come back from intermission, we'll do it. Living Ethauntia is starting up. I put a date up. It's in Discord, so check that if you are interested. I will get into that a little bit more later on. And yeah, everybody, are you ready? You guys ready to do the intro and jump into this and see if everyone survives? This is such a bad
Well, I'm
plan.
already dead.
Yeah, let's
Do
do
I have
it.
to see if anyone else dies?
Now listen, I have 3 more attempts at life because I keep raising my con.
It's true. It's a smart play. Like, damn, I'm a
So I have a quick-
Gravelighter.
I do have a question. I have died 3 times. My con bonus is 4. Does that mean I can come back a 4th time if I die again?
Correct.
Okay,
After
so-
4, there's no more coming back.
All right. So one more death there's a safety I can still come back.
Yeah.
So like I said, I have 3 opportunities to come back.
Hey, man, you guys are in a dangerous job.
Yeah.
Like you guys are professional welders underwater. Like, someone's gonna eat it. Like, that's just how one of the most dangerous jobs in the world.
Professional welders, underwater welders on a crab boat in the Arctic.
And the Arctic with sharks. While someone's bleeding. That's about how I would summarize this. Speaking of sharks, if you missed yesterday's episode of Warpaint, let me tell you, centipede sharks crawling inside someone's armor, great way to go.
Put,
You.
put.
It was so
Not
good.
unpleasant.
It was so good. It was so good. All right, let's do the intro and we'll get this started, everybody. I promise there wasn't. Hey, everybody, you missed this great conversation in the background. Oh no, I have town hall up, everybody. Guess what? It is not a town hall. I promise you that. Let me, there you go. It's Dark Tides. No. I didn't use the automated button. So, everybody, it is snowing like crazy. The blizzard has went up to severe and gotten worse, which means that Nora's clothes are still the only thing that will help her survive, because hers knocks it down one step, and being in the tower knocks it down one. Anybody else would be screwed right now, which is good. If it goes up one more into like a full-on storm, she is fucked, and she'll start taking damage all the time. So she's gonna either have to go further down into the tower, dragging Everston's body and the lantern down there, or casting a spell to keep herself alive. They're arguing in the background if she can drag it. Don't even worry about it. They're just saying if she's strong enough to drag her down the stairs. My thing is you could roll them. It'll work. Because remember, it goes down and then drops. So, the two howlings that are there, Slyn and Amo, are the two that are there right now. They're there at their howler. The howler has been sent out to watch the area. There are a bunch of dead, packed into the chain bodies here. And she is the only one alive. Or not alive, out of the lantern. So technically alive, out of the lantern. Which means, formerly dead, I'm going to bring just Nora and myself on.
Okay.
And it should pop Nora up. Come on, Nora. Aw, why are you not? There we go. I'll just put us on screen for a moment. And I'll put, who would you be speaking to in the lantern? Like, who would you have up on contact in the lantern right now? Anyone can be talked to, even Everston, because he's just dead in the lantern.
Right, I think I would probably have Voss up, because I know Everston may be recovering or helping out.
Okay.
And we know that Foxglove is compromised, not necessarily on purpose, but she is compromised because of the Lady of the Tides. So I'd be talking to Voss right now.
Okay. So if you have those two up, you and her up on screen right now. The other ones are in the background. We'll switch over to a full cam in a minute. Outside, the storm is getting bad. Amo and Slyn would say, listen, ma'am, lady, undead, what are you exactly? You look kind of like you're dead.
They call us abandoned.
I get to use dice for this show. Holy shit.
You could say I died and then I got mostly better.
I'd like to use my new
Mostly
dice.
bed, slightly alive.
For those who don't know, I invested in my True DM dice set. It is made for this show and so many others. I wish I would have got to roll it for Everston. For those who don't know, it is full of skulls, painted skulls.
Nice.
They look like flower blossoms. They're not. They're skulls. He goes, oh, you're one of the people from Turmoil.
Yes.
Turmoil has been in a hell of a state lately. I guess the land has been raised back up by somebody.
Really?
Mm-hmm. At least that's what we said. A clear day, you can see it from here.
Interesting.
But anyway,
for
weather's
information.
bad. I think
Weather's bad.
we should move either further into the tower. I don't know where all your friends went.
I think last session we couldn't avoid it. They saw them go into the lantern.
Right, you guys said
And-
it's like an extra dimensional space.
Right.
Powerful magics, and they went, "Oh, you're wizards."
I said, well, it's a magical item and it's possibly malfunctioning.
Can you speak to them still?
Yes, I can.
So, whoever you summon to the surface, for those who remember, the lantern, the face of the person is ghostial inside of it. It almost has like a skull characteristic. So, if you pull him, it'll have that vulture-like skull to it. And you can see the image of his skin over it, but it's semi-translucent. They go, well, if you would like to go down further, we could go in, but there will be more of those pacted creatures. But I don't think we have more than maybe a couple hours left. And when they say that, the howler crawls back in, and they wipe some of the snow off of him, and they put it in a mug, and they set it down, and you can see there's like a clear spot on it, and it freezes. And he goes, probably an hour. We're getting in some of the howling straits with the storm, which means that the frost that we get is going to be very dangerous. And when he rolls the cup over, all of the frost that's in it grows out like spines.
Okay. So I'm telling Voss, I have Voss looped in on this conversation.
Yep.
And I say, well, you two are the experts here. I'm obviously kind of a babe lost in the frozen tundra, I suppose. If you think we should go down further as our safest bet, I will follow your lead.
That or we check another tower.
We could try and check another tower. I don't remember if we had checked this one out, and I'm on the map. I'm pointing.
I can pull it up for you.
On it. Was that the one where it was sealed?
Correct.
Okay. I say, well, we could check the one that is sealed, but if we have to pry it open, that's going to make noise, and we're going to potentially be fighting those pacted up here instead of down where it's warmer for us.
The walls are sturdier on that one. There is a staircase that heads down that doesn't seem to be damaged when we scouted this place originally. Can we all just hide inside your magical space? That would be the easiest.
Let me see if it's functional.
All right. So Voss, I'm gonna bring the whole team up. We'll do the 5 cam with the map.
Fortunately, it don't work like that. You have to be dead.
Move those. So with everybody in the lantern, inside the place is packed still. There's the river that goes through. They have everyone lined up. There's buildings that they've constructed for souls. And remember, the Inquisitor said, this is the one for the people we are helping. These are the ones that we're sending down the river to make space. In the middle of the town, there is the oversized boat that you guys have from the Streamloot cards. In the middle, your Reaper that you have, that floating, small cloaked creature, is at the back floating with the oar, and they're loading people on it when you all show up into the town.
Isn't there some type of fight with shadow versions of themselves happening?
Yes, they've cleared up a lot of that already, though. There's only a few, because
that was the first thing.
Yeah, they have gotta remember, you have a super powerful sorceress here. You have 2 Inquisitors here, and you have a bunch of Earth Guards. So this place has been manned. The people who've done the Merrifield Town Halls of this place is secured.
No, that's great. I'm just saying, the first thing you said Voss sees when he got here was
shadow people.
That. I was like, okay.
Yeah. There is shadow people here. That is 100% correct. There are shadow people here.
What's going on? All right. Well, yeah, then I guess if they've got that handled, it's just chaos happening in the background.
Around the outskirts of the town.
See if it's even a thing. feel like a newscaster in a typhoon. Yes, no, we're fine, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's not. I mean, things are a little tumultuous at the moment. He looks over his shoulder at the battling shadows that the Inquisitors are apparently kicking the teeth in. It's like, I mean, if they want to die, they can come in here, right? That's the only way that they can come in, unless you're one of us.
You could remember, and Nora and Nero are locked inside of the manor area. That they have locked themselves in because they're having a hard time keeping themselves in check.
Right.
You mean not Nora?
I know what he meant.
Sorry, Nero,
and Loretta.
Loretta.
I turn to Slyn and Amo and just say it's probably about as dangerous to go in there as it is out here right now, from what I'm seeing in the background. So,
but then why did they go in there? Is it
because we didn't know? We didn't know, so they went to go check it out, see what's going on with our mechanical friend, and
with
the
that
report back isn't great.
With that said, if the three of you that are in the lantern would like to give me either knowledges or perception checks, like sweeping the village, you're more than welcome to do that. I'll take lore checks that make sense as well. Gravelighter lore is probably a really good check for Everston and them. Occult would be good.
Bonsai!
Oh, Jesus. Is that the Bartleby memory die?
It's the Bartle Baby D20. That's real chunk. And it just rolled me out.
Bonsai again, natural 20.
For Gravelighter lore? Okay. The lantern is not in bad shape. The physical damage is on the outside. Between the two of you, you're guessing the cracks that you see are because Loretta and Nero are not allowed to go out of their space to keep everything safe. And the cracks are probably a representation of the shadow creatures.
Right.
Clear out the shadows. It should heal itself on its own.
With this check, would I be better served helping with that fight or getting our situation here?
The best thing that could happen right now, and as ridiculous as this sounds, is if you could get out into the middle of the tundra, if the ice is strong enough, and you just bring Merrifield into existence. Because you would have heat, people, protection, food, everything.
Yeah, but Merrifield's not set up to be in the Arctic.
No, but it does have daylight lanterns that encompass the entire city.
I mean, that's great.
And it has fireplaces because you do live near the mountains. They would just have to stoke fires. You do get snow.
On the ghostberry crop.
Yeah, well, technically speaking, the berries would already be collected and it's out of season. So that would be one thing you could do.
Yeah, logistically though, I don't know.
Natural 20 flat space.
I mean, if this is Kelly interjecting, not necessarily Nora, but if we bring out the city, even if we just have to survive for a 24-hour time period, that's more than enough time to get rid of the shadows. And then once that time period is up, we can go back in the lantern. It's not like we're posting up for
The city has to stay out for a week.
Oh, it has to stay out for a week? Okay.
It recharges to go back in after a week. But if you're trapped here that long because you don't have a way back, it would let you go to the Lectorum and do studying there, talk to Terry, talk to Jin, bring a communal together to find out where the fuck you are. And you could use a train card to summon a train.
The problem is, one, like I said, the town is not built for the Arctic. It's not built for the cold. Number two,
for long term, for a week, it's not going to shatter and fall apart.
That's the least of my worries, actually. The other one is everyone in the town is going to have to deal with the howling.
Yes, you would need to find a way to stop that.
Yeah, that's...
My concern would also be because they were saying that everything was melting, finding a flat surface that is sturdy enough to hold Merrifield.
You could ask the
Also
two Howlings. They might be able to help with that. Natural 20, I will tell you, there are ways to do it. You know, with a little bit of prep time on the lantern, you could have everyone ready to go before you bring it out. You could tell everybody, look, all of our daylighters, we need you, and we need the Inquisitors. We need bonfires through the city to keep things warm. There are ways to do it.
Hang on. I need to check.
So that's an option. So those were the two checks, but the cracks, definitely because Loretta and Nero are locked into the manor area. For those who are new to the show, this is the manor, the Everston Manor. The ring is the wall, so when they bring Merrifield into the lantern and back out, this ringed-in area is the area that comes and goes. And there's a bunch of new buildings as well that are in this section here, like along this main street, because we're slowly filling it up as new people get added to Merrifield. And there is, for those who are watching the show, there are claim areas to add NPCs to Merrifield as well. And the $10,000 living NPC is up now as well. So, you could do it.
Dollars?
10,000 points. Souls.
Hey, Eric. I don't see the card anymore, but our sanctuary that we had,
It still exists.
the sanctuary card.
It still exists.
No, I don't see it on here, on the list. How long is that for? That was for give us a safe place to rest, right? That was an 8-hour thing.
You can't. It's not in the Discord one, but it is in the doc. You
I don't
have.
see it in Streamlabs.
It's not. It
That's
is
what I
in
was
there.
looking
It's called Sanctuary. I'm looking at it. It is 16 of them that you guys have, and you've used. Wait here. There's been 16 played. We have used a total of 5. Or 7.
Okay.
Sorry, we used 7.
Creates a barrier for 8 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Could we use Sanctuary to create a bubble around the town when it comes up?
It's a very good
Protect
question.
against
Give
the winds
me.
and the howling.
Do you have Technomancy?
I think so. Yes, I do.
Give me a Technomancy roll. There is a way to do it. First person to ask that question, which means the new card will get unlocked if you figure this out.
It's a 9. I can do better than that.
Would you like to use a hero point?
I'm gonna use patch. I'm gonna use patch.
Okay, you're using a patch, all right. Would you like to use hero point?
I already did.
No, you. Oh, you already did. Yeah, that's right. What'd you get?
Well, does a patch count as a hero point?
Yes,
it does, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fucking
no.
get out.
I rolled a 1.
All right, you have no idea how to do it. Does anyone else in the group have Technomancy that's inside the lantern? Foxglove, Everston. No, you don't.
Fucking shit.
Big no for Lillian. Absolutely not.
She's like, that is not my cup of
Take a
tea.
lap.
I know.
Lillian's like,
I know
"Yeah,
occult stuff.
Can you help set up this
You're gonna-
VCR? That's
You're gonna summon serving hands in the ether by saying occult.
Yeah, it's true. I almost had to flank. I almost had to flash the Frank House Dilemma shirt in yesterday's show. Yeah, it was It was savage.
You know what?
You could ask somebody else in town. We have a large NPC list, very
Yeah,
large.
No, that is exactly what I'm going to do.
NPCs.
What a friend.
NPCs. We have Terry, Jin, Randolph Gray. He's a Norling, who's from the Silver Spur. The Ember Priest Connor. Tilla is not there. There's a Plague Doctor. You have no idea who he is still. There's the 2 Inquisitors. There's Ivian Khalid. She's the Human Sorceress. There's Walter and Angelo, which are the gun experts. And then there's the Root of Oak as well. Those are the main NPCs that you have in the city. And there is the new agent and Lillian, but they currently are not there.
Isn't Angelo still missing?
He was missing during the show. He's actually here.
Okay.
Oh, neat.
Can Can you guys hear the special effects this time?
A little bit.
Okay, cool. Just making sure. I can hear them. I just want to make sure they're on.
I didn't think. Is Jin a technomancer?
No. No,
but
I didn't think so.
He worked for the Emerald Order.
He did work for the Emerald Order. He may have tech. You work with him long enough. He does have technomancy. Khalid has technomancy as well.
Oh, does she?
Oh, yeah. She worked for the Thunderstruck Academy.
Yeah, I'll ask them. I was also going to ask Kyle, one of my apprentice.
You can make your apprentice assist one of them, which would probably be better. Khalid's a higher level than him. If you'd like to aid me,
I'll
go
do
ahead.
that.
So when you show up, and all this is going on, and Nora's on the outside, and everyone kind of gathers up, I'll say you probably gather near one of the main sections. Probably your shop would be the best.
Yeah.
And your shop is this one here on the map. Correct? Or no, yeah, that's your shop. Everston's this one.
I thought Everston had the bigger place.
The machine shop? No, the machine shop's right outside of the Everston estate.
The manor.
It's like 3 levels tall. That's why. It's like a big fucking
Bigger on the
warehouse.
outside.
It's bigger on the outside.
Yeah. Got it.
So with
Heard
that,
the Crusader played this card.
I would say if you wanted to do it there, probably be the best place to have everyone meet.
Okay.
And don't forget, if you really needed to talk to somebody, you could go to the gate and try to talk to Nero and Loretta, but I cannot promise you how that will go.
If they're being sequestered, are they sequestering themselves?
Yes.
I don't want to fuck with that then.
There is flickering yellow tinge to them, and when people walk by the gate, think like an angry dog, you see Loretta flare up in like this dripping crimson color.
Yeah, no, we don't want that. Okay, let's go to my shop.
All right.
That's what we'll do.
So the camera cuts to the inside of your shop. We haven't described your shop this season. What does your shop look like?
So Nascency's Nest is a woodworking shop. It's a woodworking shop because they make like you can make anything there, but if you're making magical staves, or staves, however you want to pronounce it, that's what it's actually geared for. And he has all the what's the not plugs. What's the
relics?
No. What's the term for like if you're turning, like if you're making pens and it's just the block. What's that called? Like if you're turning down wood.
A blank.
Blanks.
It's
Yeah.
called a blank.
So basically, it has in true Vogue fashion, it looks like a nest, and all like the blanks for the staves are just pushed in. It looks like a wreath you'd put on a door, but it's about 12 feet wide and it covers an entire wall, and it's behind the desk. But there's a huge magical component area. There's a storage area in the back, but it's all like it's lathe and mill and woodworking.
How piecemeal does it feel? How Vogue like does it feel inside?
It actually doesn't. And
okay, so it's pretty ordered.
Yeah, it's pretty ordered, and he did that specifically to make everyone else feel comfortable there.
Is your room feel like a nest still?
Oh yeah, there's another, like if he has Vogue come in, he's like, oh, yeah, come with me.
The little secret 5x5 wall.
There's a whole little spot in the back for them.
Okay. So if you do that and you ask for Kyle to show up, they will all make their way there with your apprentices. As you guys sit down to talk about this, the lantern in the middle. Obviously, everyone inside the lantern knows that you are all kind of Gravlighters.
Yeah. Is Everston here? Has he materialized?
He materializes immediately. Your soul immediately materializes in here. You walked right out of the river into the city. That's like an immediate thing that happens within like minutes of death. Basically, within 5 to 10, your soul will appear in the lantern, but it does depend how far you die from the lantern. And as a Gravelighter, he would know if you die too far away, the lantern needs to get near you for your soul to get drawn. You can't be anywhere in the same plane of existence. You got to be within proximity.
Oh, neat.
It can't reap you
carrying it around
if it ain't there. Yeah, he's wearing it. It's in his chest.
Yeah.
So she says...
So he comes out and like, hey, Gov, We're doing a meeting.
Immediately, welcome back to
I got an
work.
idea.
Everston.
Welcome back. First off, everything all right? You good?
I died again.
I know.
But otherwise, yeah, I'm fine.
I will let you know. I cooked that son of a bitch for you, proper. As in, there's nothing.
Appreciate
left.
that.
Oh, by the way, we've got some new toys. Anyway, talking about all the blades of sharpness and shit that we pulled off the body.
You did.
Let's. But I got an idea.
Lady played this card in
Come to the
case
shop.
the engine
We're gonna
gets
talk about it.
frosted over.
Fucking Nora. Khalid would show up shortly after, long, black, wild hair pulled up into a bun in the back. It's pretty large. She's wearing her normal blue and silver jacket that she wears when she's teaching. And she has a bunch of books with her when she makes her way over. And when she walks in, the first thing she does, looks at the group and she goes, "When in the living hell are you going to take us out of this lantern?" It has been 18 months these people have been trapped here.
I understand. We're working on that. I'm actually trying to get an idea together to do that. Here's the
I'm
problem.
out of classes to teach.
We have bigger problems, love. Hang on.
Bigger problems than leaving a bunch of people trapped in a... I can't wait to hear this.
Oh, great. You want me to bring them out right now?
Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
great.
Why not?
Do you have any cold, do you have any coats? Like really warm coats?
Yeah, why?
I'm just giving a temperature update through our link.
It's getting... the windows are... so the frost is hitting and they're growing. You ever had the rock crystals as a kid that you'd put in a jar and they would grow? It's
Yep.
like ice growing across open spaces. When it hits, it
Great.
splashes and freezes.
So here's the problem. We're currently...
From Michigan.
Yeah.
It's Chicago. Downtown without a coat in the wintertime. You're fucked. Coldest I've ever been in my life.
No, that's when I picked you up.
No,
Negative
'cause I
50
got to
on
come out of a
Mars.
building into a car. That is not the coldest. Coldest I've been is when I had to walk to an L stop when I first got there, and I didn't know where one was. I almost died.
So it's
Anyway.
frigid.
Yeah, it's like a Lipton brisk outside. So we are, we're currently in some type of different climate. It is cold. When I say cold, I mean we may die. However, I have an idea. Because of what we can do with the lantern, we are able to make a spot that keeps us safe from the dark tides for roughly 8 hours so that we can rest inside of it. It's one of the things we can do.
Okay.
Wondering if we can channel that to protect the city if we bring it out in this area. Because that would fix a lot of problems. I just don't know if we can do it. I tried thinking about it, and you ever bite down on tinfoil too hard and your brain just goes, "Ah," that's kind of what
I
happened.
play with
that.
electricity
Anyway.
for a leaving, so yeah, I get the idea.
Good.
Over,
Yeah.
over our communication, I'm like, Voss, did you remember to mention the howling?
Oh, right. We're in the Howling Straits, too. So,
Can you roll?
That is also a
Colin
problem.
does not. She's like, Howling, that's one of the currents. If you want to roll for your two kids, or your two students, you're welcome to. That she's been stuck here teaching.
let's see. Arcana. We haven't updated these, but Kyle.
It's 'cause there's nothing to
Arcana,
update.
That's a 24.
Okay.
Yeah,
25.
Risden has no idea.
Okay. He's heard of it as well. You have all heard of it. No one's really been here before. No firsthand experience in the group is what I was looking for.
Risden is a Spriggan, so he might have a bonus to that I don't know.
No, that's the Fae. He's in the Never. He doesn't come out here. No one comes here. This place sucks. No one goes to Antarctica for fun.
It's the worst vacation.
Yeah. So she goes, well, if that's the case and there's a danger from the Straits, what is your plan? Do you have a plan?
Yes, this is why we're here. I just said it. I want to create a bubble to keep us safe
How?
from the Straits with the
I don't know how that works. She points to the table. I don't use it. You're going to have to tell me how it works.
Right, I know, mate. And he looks over at Everston's like, "Can you help me out here? Like, is there any way you can think of we can channel the power of the lantern to engulf the city to keep it safe from the howling straits and the cold?"
Gonna make a Gravelighter lore check for this.
Yeah, it's gonna be difficult. You're looking at a 35, which I know is doable for everybody here because we're like 15th fucking level now. None of my DCs are high enough anymore. Oh, I see hero points coming out.
Or yeah, I'm gonna use my patch.
All right, use your patch. I'll mark a patch used. Patch used. Done.
And I say, fuck, that's what I did. Well, I feel like this is a technomancy issue, but that isn't my complete cup of tea.
What did you get, Ton?
Natural 1.
No
That's what I
idea.
did.
It's not something that you know have been done. Colin's like, well, I've never researched it, and it doesn't sound like I have time to research your lantern. This soul-holding device with a city inside of it. You literally have a snow globe, is what you have. You have a magical snow globe.
Right, that's exactly what I want to make, is a snow globe. I just want to keep the snow on the outside.
I would say I could go to the Lectorum. I could hold a meeting. I just came from there. I could head back and see if I can gather everyone before they leave, and see if I can get them to maybe come up with something. But they're going to need to know about this lantern. So unless you feel like bringing it to class for some show and tell.
I look at Everston. I don't know if we're allowed to do that.
There's really no rules. We're inside a lantern that, I mean, we live here.
That is true. Wait a minute. Eric, I have a question. It's not Voss asking, it's Drew. I'm still a little fuzzy on. So, how long was Pyre actually in my staff? Like, how long were we?
A while. You guys have been gone for 18 months.
So, is that link actually true?
Yes.
Because it happened before we ended in
Correct.
the dream world.
Correct.
Right. I'm curious if he still considers me part of his retinue.
You would have to go ask him. He's in the middle of corralling a bunch of souls into the get burned pile.
Yeah, got it.
He's
We're
gonna-
absolutely certain that we are no longer in the dream world.
That's another very good question.
Because I wouldn't really want to expose Merrifield to that.
I mean, I don't know about when you guys went to the lantern, but I had to slap Voss awake.
True.
You know who could probably be aware of where we're at.
True. And he does want the lantern, remember. And the reason those spirits are here is because he probably has a little bit of a tether into people who are dead or in between states. I'm just saying.
I'm kind of against shutting down the town here because we don't know if we're completely clear yet of dreaming, and adding all these extra souls to the mix in a place that can't be removed if we need to for an extended period. Like, I'm not comfortable doing it.
Colin's like, yeah, we're also not comfortable being in here anymore. So I don't know what you're talking about. Are you talking about what Lysynthia has been spilling in the city and hiring people for nonstop? Lysynthia has been hunting for you guys for the last 16 months, trying to get us out of here. Her and the druid.
I mean, yeah, it's a long story.
No, we've heard it numerous times. Yeah, it's literally every time I'm at the Lectorum, she shows up. Do you know how trapped they are? They need our help. They're all there.
I feel like
it's like someone who lost a kid and they're trying to find it. It's really bad.
I feel like this is, Gov. I mean, I don't know how more sure we can be. In the last before you. I agree.
Are you
with
afraid
I
you're
don't
still
like it either.
stuck in another plane outside of the lantern? Is that the problem?
Yes, we were afraid that we're still stuck in the nightmare.
I don't have a way to test that short of being out of here.
Eric, eventually, can I try and make a check to see if what Boss is trying to do is possible?
Technomancy? Yeah, absolutely. If you're to make a bubbled shield, yeah, 100%. Theoretically, it makes sense.
Well, because I've got the recall knowledge with anything that's untrained that I can do as trained.
You're fucking stupid fucking Pete.
What? I'm just asking!
For those who don't know,
nat 20 at 2.
Nora's allowed to
She's
take
gonna
one action and make 5 checks. 5.
Yeah, it's great.
Fucking,
It's fucking
she's like,
great.
she's literally Sherlock Holmes calculating in fucking midair, and she goes, that one, and pulls it away. The most ridiculous thing ever. It should be like take 10 on all of them, but no, she gets to roll them all.
And I can make any untrained recall knowledge check as if I was trained.
15th
so.
level Pathfinder. What are you gonna do with yourself?
I would love to just see a stream where Kelly just gives the play-by-play of like, okay, this is how you make a Pathfinder 2 character.
Todd and I should
First
host one
off,
of those.
go investigator.
First off, go investigator.
Be a martial artist.
Yes.
And third, be Kelly.
Please don't. Kelly, we have to make our Pathfinder characters for Gen Con is what I just heard. So anyway,
play under a GM for 15 years who tells you by
self-sufficient.
how he sets up his world, make a skill monkey because I'm not giving you any magic items.
Right. So I'm also spending a patch.
And then have him get mad because you've done
I'm
just
not
that.
mad. I'm just
because this seems
that is
very
proud
important.
anger. It's like your dad
I
mad
got
that you
15 on
learned
the
to
die,
hotwire
so I
his
got
car.
35.
I'm proud of you. I'm pissed off.
Kelly.
So yes,
Thank you,
Nora.
thank you,
Just fell in
Pride
love with
Dice.
Yes,
Again.
Nora. Yes, in the middle of the
Called
city,
it.
you guys build a platform. Built one here. This one connected, and the place manifests because the lantern stays there once you activate it. You don't carry it with you once it's there.
Yep.
Once it's there, all the daylight lanterns activate. It also basically it sends power through the wall to make it all safe and keeps the daylight lanterns active on the grid is the wrong thing, but on the wall. Technically, if you were to put it there and use a sanctuary spell, you're pretty sure it would affect the city.
So I'm talking to the howlings, and I'm like, okay, so at this rate, they're taking too long. We should probably go in the basement. And I'm like, wait a minute, boss, are you guys talking about technomancy? Because I read this paper, and then there's a case where they were using magic, like some sort of magical light in like the center, almost like a pedestal, and it like branched out to the other lanterns. I think we may be able to do that.
We're talking about that paper is what we built the city around. For fuck's sake. All right. Yeah, thank you for fixing yet again all my problems.
Then I turn back to
All right,
the howling.
I got it. We're
Okay,
good.
so hopefully they're done arguing now. Let's go.
Someone just put
Eric?
something in Roll20 chat.
Eric, can we cast more than one spell into that? Like, can we put Sanctuary in something else?
No. It's just because the pedestal goes to the city. Oh, like one of your other spells? Yes.
Yeah. Like Fire Shield?
No, it has to be it has to be a lantern spell. It can't be one of your spells.
We could like Healing Wave if people
You
are
could
sick,
do Healing Wave.
or we get bombarded by undead.
So, for
Burn out
example,
the shadows.
there are new cards coming out for the lantern to help cure afflictions and shit like that. But technically, you could hit Healing Wave and wipe all the undead out of here. So when you guys had that huge ghoul fight, I was waiting for someone's brain to put that together. See how that would have went? Now? Like, bring them all
Fuck
in.
you,
Come
Eric.
on, line them up, line them up, line them up. Click, boom. But no one did.
They're lining up. No,
Yeah, no one did. So, with that said, yes, it could be done. All you would have to do is go there, put the lantern in, summon the city. The problem is, Everston will get shoved into the lantern at that point. It'll be an empty space, but he'll be in the lantern. Because he can't manifest yet. He can't be reincarnated or resurrected yet.
Oh, you mean when the city comes back, he'll have to go back
He'll
to
be in the lantern until then. And Todd's time to come back as Everston is D4 days instead of a D10 plus 1.
I thought it was hours because he was right back out when we were in the
Oh,
Dreamlands.
Correct. He's a D10 plus 1 hours. You are correct. You
Okay.
guys are days. He is hours.
We're
You are
days.
correct, Yeah. So Todd, D10 plus 1. How long is it going to be, or do you want the audience to roll?
Yeah, let the audience roll.
Give me
I
a
don't want
D10
this
in chat.
burden on
D10
myself.
in chat.
Kung Fu Panda.
I don't know why Nora's thing turns off and comes back every time.
Can we do a +1 in the chat, or is it just a D10?
Just a
my
D10.
God,
Oh.
Slit.
Slit.
I fucking
you're the
love
best.
you. 2
Hey,
Where
2
was that
hours.
for the triggers yesterday, Slit?
hours. Hey, he was busy.
Where was that for yesterday's triggers to make me shift, huh? So, 2 hours. So give him 2 hours, you'll be fine. Nora, they said in about an hour it's going to get real cold. You guys could go down, or you could ride out 1 hour in the cold. Thing is if you need a big flat space, this isn't it. You got to move out.
Right, so that's why I'm saying, like, we need to.
Do you start
find a
moving
place
now?
to post up.
Fuck you, AW.
Yeah, I will. I'll start moving out. I will ask, the Howlings if we can travel together for a bit, and if they have any.
We have a sled. We
Suggestions
could
for
pull
A.
you. We use it usually for bringing back game, but we could easily put you on that. You could ride back covered. You'd be warm. We do have warmer blankets. Are you the only one who's staying out?
For now, yes.
May I cast?
Yes.
All right. So he lays hands on you. He gives you Endure Elements. Basically, it'll let you do 2 categories now. So when you go out, it'll be like you're in the tower still.
Okay.
It absorbs up to 10 damage. I think that's, or half. It absorbs half damage, half the damage. Isn't that how it works in Pathfinder now? Or is it a number? No, it is a number. Hold on. I lied.
It's a number.
Yeah, I'm thinking 5e. They have the...
So Endure is target is protected from the temperature, but not extreme cold or heat. Heightened to 3rd is severe.
They're
and
doing
then heightened to
5th.
It's okay. So severe cold, severe heat, extreme cold, extreme heat.
So you'd be
Protected.
severe cold is what you can do.
Okay.
Severe cold and extreme cold, all that would be protected from. So it'd be a level 5 version of it, which is good. Do you, if you guys want to leave, how big of a space do you need?
I will give the exact
say, what's the-
measurement.
I was gonna
Probably
say.
have it memorized by now.
Yeah, okay, so you're giving the exact number. Yeah, because this isn't right. It's not 980 foot. It's way more than that, I believe. I think, right? It was more than 980 foot, wasn't it?
I mean,
Yeah, because
Yes.
just a house is 20.
Boss
No,
probably has some sort of like
that's about accurate. 'Cause,
crystal-
like,
no, it's accurate. It's 1,000 foot.
Yeah.
It's 1,000 foot radius.
okay.
The diameter,
diameter.
right?
Boss
Diameter,
probably has
1,000
a
foot.
little crystal on a stick, and he's
With a
sticks it in the
string?
ground like Indiana Jones, and it just does this like laser.
He'll have to make that
like,
eventually.
illusion. Yeah.
Right now, that person is Nora on a string walking 1,000 foot circle in the cold,
That's right.
while the halfling sits in the middle like this.
There's just a
She's-
stick
she's-
sticking out of the bundles of sleigh.
Yep.
She's doing a ninja run out there, arms back, just.
Yup.
Yes, that's right.
So
That's why I've got
absolutely.
those boots of speed and fleet.
God.
That's hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious.
So while she's doing that, can Voss identify those magic items we picked up? Because that's important, right?
Oh, why is Nora? Your camera's being a bitch tonight. There we go.
Really? What's going on?
I got it. I fixed it.
Okay.
I just ought to refresh it. So,
Yes,
If you're-
Allie, 100%.
what did Allie say? Allie, you could talk. You're in the room with her.
Yeah, 2 of them have
I-
already been identified, Todd. We just need to identify the headband.
I was just over here demanding that Todd create artwork of Naruto.
Jesus Christ.
See, that's why I put it in chat, Eric. I put it in chat where it's allowed.
Can't take her anywhere. So, if that's
Allie,
the case,
I'm gonna hug you the next time I see you.
they
Obsessed
will make a. They're like, yeah, we know a flat space. How big? What are you bringing here that's 1,000 foot across?
A town.
Warmth.
A town. How heavy is the town?
That is a very important question That's why I'm not sure if it's actually possible. I know you were mentioning that things were melting, ice was unstable.
Well, it's over 1,000-foot space, not all congregated in like a 10-foot area. So giants walk through here. I don't see why. And he looks to Amo. Amo's like, we should be fine. There's a spot further in, and with the tides back and the winds are cold again, things should start to freeze. We probably have to head in about 5 hours. But we could get there. We'd have to severely... The cold is going to hurt, but we could get there. Unless you have a magical way to get there as well.
I do not. But I can try and treat the worst of our injuries.
Oh, we'll be. We will be okay. We have some potions to help, but it's going to be cold for you.
Would I be able to detach from my body?
You could. You'd still come back to a body that's frostburnt.
Well, I mean, but it might be easier to...
So when it goes up to the next
bundle it up.
category, you will be taking 3d6 damage. Because of the type of magical cold that it is. Per hour. So you got 2 hours of no damage. Somewhere around 3 hours of damage. But that means every hour you could just heal that 3d6 and mend wounds.
Yeah, I mean, I could... Yeah, that's kind of... I'm like, well,
Past,
I mean...
It's past extreme cold.
It's magical at that point.
Oh, gotcha.
So...
Like, well, I would just sound like, well, at that point, I can...
Can you promise we will be safe in the city, that your people won't hurt us?
Yes.
Working on it.
I'm gonna need a diplomacy from you. Okay. You've already done some diplomacies with them.
I mean, and I'm not lying.
Nope.
So.
I have a list marked down of all the love and stuff that they have of your group not being jerks.
Jerks. I will do this one again.
I'm still here for this conversation because we've been talking.
Yeah, as long as she has her hand on it, you can hear the conversation and relay to inside. I'm assuming everyone in this call, in the stream, can hear them.
I'll pop through and be like, gentlemen, if at the very least you will have a nice cozy spot in my shop where you and your lovely beast here can hang out, be warm. I'll bring food.
They can hear you talk. It's in hollow. They look to Nora and go, what is that noise? It sounds like creepy whispering.
He's trying to sell you on the benefits of our town.
Diplomacy of a 40.
Well, that...
But they couldn't hear me.
They can hear you. They just don't know what you're saying.
They don't know
hollow.
what you're saying. So...
Hollow is a rare language out here.
Oh, that's right. They're pacted. That's right.
Yeah, I got a 30.
They trust you enough to take you out, and they say this, like, look, if things are bad, we're just going to leave you in the cold. No offense, but I'm not going to drag you around and slow us down if this doesn't work. We're going to have to run.
I understand.
And he like looks to Amo. Amo goes, we've traveled in this before. It hurts, but if we stay low, we stay to some of the dug trails that are already there, we can bypass some of the snow. And as long as we don't get in the path of any of the giants that show up during this to hunt and eat the dead, we should be okay. All right, get yourself ready and tell your group we're going to head out in the next, say, 20 minutes. Let's get as warm as we can. Let's make a bunch of torches to bring with us. We do have some magical fire. It's just very hard to cast any form of elemental-based fire magic in this weather. It drowns it out. So if you're ready, we will do what we can. So tell them 20 minutes to a half hour.
Okay.
Wait, they said they were going to travel, like they're taking off in 20 minutes to a half, and then they're traveling for 5 hours to get there.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yep. I do have a very dangerous Hail Mary. If things get bad.
So back in the city, Foxglove, as the camera pans back of them wrapping up and making torches, taking the cloth off the frozen dead bodies. As it pans back, Nora, as you're looking over all of them, I do need a religion check from you before it comes back into the lantern.
I need to make the religion check?
Religion, yeah.
Okay. I was about to just make a pun about Naruto, so good timing.
What does it say, Eric? I think Allie needs a thank you patch for the sub. Done. Allie, you have a patch use from Kyler here.
That's a 35. Yeah, that's a 35.
35.
Yes.
They're not gone, which means that they are not from another plane of existence.
Okay.
That means that these pacted were made or born here.
Okay.
Which means that the basement, probably pretty dangerous.
Right. Okay.
Maybe a lot of extra stuff down there.
Okay.
Because if they're making them down there, who knows how many people they've dragged down and what they've done.
Right.
And there's all the hot people up here, the spirits that were watching for Voss to like grab him, to stop them from getting him and stuff like that. So like there's more here than you guys have uncovered. But back inside the lantern, 5 hours. Is there anything the four of you and the rest of the city would like to do over the next 5 hours to prepare to bring the city out?
The train is here in the city, right?
You don't know. You haven't went looking for it.
I mean,
There's train cars here. You don't know if the Tide Runner is here.
okay.
Kyle says the Tide Runner would leave a lot. It leaves a lot. Omar takes it out and continues its business, so people think that there's been nothing wrong with Merrifield, that it's just traveling.
Do we have a surplus of wood? I feel like we have a wood car, at least one of them.
You do not, because I have a list of all of the cars, and none of them are wood.
Oh, right.
And I ask every time. It is a thing. It is a thing.
I think we picked different things.
Everybody has picked different things, and nobody once has picked wood. We have the locomotive is 20 cars currently. It has an armored car. It has iron pools, which is the bath car. It has a box car for Blue Demon merch, because, you know, Amir. It has a covered hopper for dry bulk commodities. It's like a salt car. We have a diner car. We have Marsden's Clinic. We have the Azure Order coil car to provide electricity. Tenwick's office. We have the light skimmer flat car. We have the doctor's car. The center beam, which tows back goods. Each is 100 gale worth of supplies. We have a flat car for towing objects such as cranes, machinery, or small airship landing platforms if needed. We have the Gatling car. We have a gondola with low walls. That's for supplies and surplus. Usually food is in that one, it says. An auto track for laying down tracks as they need to build as they're going. We have another armored gondola that is for transporting criminals. A Soul Stallion shipping rack. The Grey Lotus brothels. The open top hopper with Letter and Horn Copper Company for creating pens, whistles, and other instruments. Songs of Marrow as combat gear. A center beer with railroad ties, which would be the only wood you have.
And those don't burn well.
No, they're oiled.
Actually,
they would burn well.
They're tarred.
They're tarred and oiled. They would burn well. But we would be taking from our tracks, but we have a lot of track if you would like to burn track.
I'm just thinking of...
There's a wine car, Sabrina's wine car for the Sunbury Winery.
Just thinking of how we can help heat the town if the barrier isn't as effective or doesn't work the way that we want. I feel like we need to put in an order to have people stay indoors. Once things come out.
Gather in large buildings too, right? Keep everyone together, keep the place warmer.
You could take them to like the town hall for some of them. The biggest building is the Everston Estate, but no one will go there.
Do we
Yeah, we haven't
know
cleared
if
that
we
all out
pull
yet.
if we pull everybody out, is that going to help with Nero and Loretta?
You don't know. They have sequestered themselves without talking to them. There's really no way to know that. I can tell you that when you go out, the only thing that'll be left inside are the true dead, like the actual souls that are in here. The living will come out just like you all manifest. Same thing. Could
the Lectorum hold everybody?
No. I I mean, the town right now in size with the extra piece that has been pulled, we are currently at 6,696 population.
Oof, we need an arena.
But the housing alone can hold everybody because, like I said, there's more housing over in this area that just hasn't been drawn yet. It's on the new map that comes out this week.
Okay. Then yeah, general order, have people stay indoors. Okay. Only go out if you need to.
The True Faith could definitely send out the Hand of Flame that is there, the one Hand of Flame member, the Daylighters, and they can go and light everyone's fireplaces for them. They can just go house to house to house over the next 5 hours and start lighting everything.
Let's plan. Yeah, let's do that. Let's start that process now so that it's ready.
So then you would have to go see Terry and Jin, and you haven't seen them in 18 months.
Well, I guess let's go.
Has Foxglove met either one of them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So as the group travels through the city, outside, Voss's face would disappear as he's making his way through, and it kind of flicker in and out on the lantern. As you make your way to the town hall is the building here with the round piece on top. Right there. There is a crowd of people outside right now, all lined up. It's probably 200 people down the street.
Oh, Amir's here in chat, so I just want to say, maybe if in a pinch we can burn the Blue Demon merchandise for warmth.
Wow.
That's a good plan.
Just to get a rise.
It's probably made of something very flammable, right?
What? Chocolate?
Nora vetoes that. We can't deny Merrifield the privilege and honor of being able to purchase Blue Demon gear.
So,
well, several people, including children, froze to death this week, but we all have our little Blue Demon pennants, so...
Listen, Blue Demon foam hands will definitely keep the hands warm.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
They wouldn't be foam hands. They would be like cloth stuff fucking oven mitts in this time frame.
There you go.
Foam wouldn't even exist.
Better.
So here is where we're at. There's 200 people heading across the railroad track back out towards the field area, lined up. As you're making your way through, out front, the plague doctor's wagon is set up.
That is where Foxglove would like to go.
Well, you're walking by it to head in. And, like, as you're walking by the line, people are like, it's the Heroes of Merrifield. Like, they're starting to say stuff. And for the first time in the history of you guys owning Merrifield, when you get closer to the front, you hear people going, it's the Gravlighters. Because they've been locked in here for 18 months.
Oh, I guess the secret's out.
And eventually, they're going to figure it out. So the whisper of what you are is being heard for the crowd. When you get near the Plague Doctor, he is wearing a solid gold mask now.
Oh, God.
He has got different talismans hanging off of the beak. Like magical talismans. He's got a work apron on that is just splattered in fucking black ichor. He's got gloves up to here on. And then he's working on somebody sitting in the back of the wagon right now. And you see him grab like a tool, jam it in the person's ear, and it runs to a hose, and he's stepping on a foot pedal that seems to be creating suction. And you see black ichor pour out of the person's head and fill a jar, and he screws it and sets it in the back of the wagon. And this is what you see as you're making your way into the town hall.
At least it's not a pig bladder.
You're not that close yet.
What's all that about?
Are you walking up and asking?
No, I'm talking to Everest. I'm like, what is all that? That's disgusting.
When you round the back, the entire back of the wagon has barrels filled with this black ichor.
Lillian is going to kind of put a hand on Everston and one on Voss and kind of pop up between them and just go, so what can you tell me about that gent?
Oh, God.
We just got here. Will you calm down, love? You can get his number later.
I'm just curious.
Also, I don't know. I've barely talked to him.
We don't even know his name.
They don't know his name.
No, he's not wrong. He's
We
not.
never
Look,
asked
we need
in, like,
to
years.
focus. Moving on.
You just hear me in the background. People assume that we know each other, like all abandoned know each other all the time. It's so bizarre.
It's absolutely, it's racist, is what it is. I'm a Volgro related.
That is true.
I mean, it kind of
From
is.
the Great Nest, the Great Hatchery, you're all one Volg family. That's not true.
So,
All
get to the
Volgs are
town hall.
clones of one Volg. Just like that.
That's not how eggs work, mate. It's not a thing. So
Lizards do it.
get.
Are you stopping to talk to him, or are you walking by?
I mean, no. If we're trying to find Jin, I want to know what that stuff is, but not enough to like. We're kind of on a time crunch here.
5 hours is not a time crunch.
Depends on what you're trying to accomplish.
True. You're just trying to get
organize
houses
a
lit.
city.
That's true. You are trying to run a city. All right, you walk by
Yeah,
the 200
5 hours is
people.
not a lot of time.
So you head in towards the town hall. Everston, are you staying in or going into the town hall?
I'll go in.
You're going in. Foxglove, are you staying in or stopping by the plague doctor's wagon and staying there?
So Lillian's not going to leave the rest of the group. She does at least know to do that much. But along the way, she would like to start sowing a rumor about the plague doctor.
I was waiting for this nonsense to start.
Yeah, I just said she's starting a rumor about how Lillian is not in the market.
So for those who don't know, Lillian's character was a figment all of last season. Oh, not a figment. She was a person inside of the dream projecting herself as someone else tied to Nora's consciousness.
Professional widow.
Yeah, professional.
She was projecting her better self all last season.
Professional widow. Now she's a professional witch. Snake witch. Snake charmer witch? I don't know. Just a
High
charmer.
serving hands.
So give me what are you sewing for your rumor here? I will write down the bullshit rumor.
So I'm going to sow a rumor that he is a widower, that he's a widower.
Okay.
And it's going to include a name to see what it comes back as being corrected to.
So you're trying to get his real name.
Yes, and marital status.
So says what's your check for that? Do you have to roll anything?
So it says,
And what fake name are you giving him?
Mortimer Van Gogh.
I was gonna say Mortimer Horatio Van Buren, but
Oh.
Nope, already wrote down Mortimer Van Gogh. We're not going back.
Why not just go Hearst? Like,
So that's what you say. And you sow the rumor through the line of 200 people. And I will tell you, no perception check required or anything. People are saying, he has a name? So many people are unaware. He's just the plague
no.
doctor.
Okay. So let me see what that check is going to be. It says that you will roll this in secret.
Oh, okay. I can use that.
Loading.
Ooh. I'll write the number down next to it.
Oh, so it's going to be my spell DC. Or
No.
my society. So deception.
So what's your total bonus?
Plus 10. We're getting there. So that's a 36.
I roll. You have a plus 36?
I have a plus 26.
So I roll, you
for
said.
the DC,
Oh,
it
no,
would be
so-
plus 10, right?
if he's rolling in secret,
I'm rolling
then
in
he just
secret.
adds the plus 26.
I just added the 26 to it.
Oh, okay. Cool. Oh, I see.
Okay. Wow. All right. Sure. Okay. And then you follow them into the town hall. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
As you enter the town hall, this place is full of people running about, working. Pardon me, running around underneath Everston's arms by people. Sorry, ma'am, sorry. And they're running and gathering books, and they're all either heading into one of the major areas that are usually for like town hall meetings. There's two, I don't want to say courtrooms, but like dictation rooms, like big rooms for oratory speaking. Lecture halls almost, and they're filled with people with paperwork. And in the back, Nora out of oh, you can't see. Voss would notice it probably more than anybody. There are very similar boards to the Nora murder boards.
oh boy.
All over the place. And the back walls, and they're just lining areas. as they're going, excuse me, and then one person stops and looks up and goes, Voss?
Hey, who is it?
Just random customer of yours over the time.
Oh.
Am I seeing things?
Nigel. Hey, bro.
Oh, God. All right, Nigel, it
How
is.
you doing, bro?
Am I imagining? Are you actually, is this real?
I mean, I'm here. It's me.
We have been trying to find out where you all are. That's what everybody here is doing. Terry and Jin have had us doing this for like months.
Yeah, I know. I apologize. Time was moving a little bit differently. I'll tell you all about it over a beer. Where are they, by the way?
Oh, they're in the main office. Watch out for the little ones.
The little ones.
Yeah.
What, kids? What's happening?
No, you'll see.
Right. Walk to the office.
And you know Nigel is a alchemist.
Copy that.
So he buys components and stuff for you. Not high level, but he's an alchemist.
Oh, God, Jake.
So as you make your way in, and you hit into the office, and you open the big doors, who's the first in?
I mean, I was kind of leading the charge unless somebody else got in front of me.
I'm fine with that if you're the first in. As you swing the doors open, the ground is covered in small cages with intellect devourers trapped in them.
Oh, Christ.
And they're about yay big. And they are black, dripping, almost like tar-like nightmare creatures. And they just lined the inside of the town hall room. And in each one of them, there is like an oversized, almost like a turkey baster needle, like the big motherfuckers, attached to the long, like the old school stethoscopes, the long horn stethoscopes that you put your ear to. And those are all like kind of soldered or welded to the cages. And there's probably 400 or 500 of them in this room, just lining the inside of the mayor's office. And you see Jin going over to one, putting his ear against his backs to you, and he's dictating information to Terry, and Terry is writing it down. His entire desk is full of like stands with journals and books on them. And there's a ginormous murder board behind him. And you see Nora's notes all over the place. Just books open, Nora's journals, Nora's like paperwork, everything. Because the only way they thought they were going to find you guys is obviously the one person who knew everything.
Right, that makes sense. I'll just be like, clink, clink, and I'll tap my staff on the ground.
Immediately, Jin appears next to you with a sword around you, and then stops, and he goes, Voss? And he's got like the long fucking goatee right now, tied in a braid. He backs up, puts it away, and kind of reappears next to him in his spectral form. And Terry looks up, and Terry's got an eye patch on, and he flips it up, and he's got both his eyes. He flips it up, and he goes,
Hey.
Y'all, you're actually here. I've been doing this for too long. Is this one of the nightmares? Am I seeing one of the nightmares, Jen? He's like, I don't believe so.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think we pulled out of it.
No, you in it. You ain't out of it. You're at the heart of it.
Wait, so do you know, are we still in it?
We moved the town to the center of the nightmare looking for you. We're in the center of the web.
That's why all the shadows are outside.
Well, the shadows are here because we lure them here to get information and then kill them and take the intellect devourers out and put them in cages and take as much information from them as we can.
All right.
Where the fuck have you been? And he like starts coming out from around the table in that classic Terry not happy stride.
That is a great question. I would love to get an answer to that myself. Let me fill you in. I tell him like.
Are you
just the
doing this
bullet
as you back
points.
down the hall so he can't punch you in the beak?
No. I'm moving towards him. I'm like,
Letting him
I
punch him in the
understand.
beak.
I understand you're upset.
I
This
need a
was not
diplomacy check
choice
from you, good sir, before you spill any word verbiage out of you. While obviously behind you somewhere, Foxglove is trailing sowing rumors. Not here. The one you needed to help.
It's a 34.
Cool. Would you like to use a hero point?
No, I'll take the punch if it's coming, but this is not my fault.
And then I'm gonna ask
Not my fault.
Everston, do you let him take the punch, or are you gonna shield block? Because I know it's something you automatically do.
Nah, I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm okay.
This is Terry.
He
This is not my
clocks you in the
fault.
beak for 9 points of damage.
Fucking ow, mate.
Just making sure.
All right.
This
Me.
is not
All
my
right.
fault.
I'm just making
God,
sure you ain't a
you hit like
nightmare.
Nora.
Nightmares don't. Your
That's a
fist pass the room.
compliment, by the way. Oh.
You're fine. You've taken harder hits falling downstairs.
Yeah, I know. Nora punched me awake about an hour ago.
Fucking melted like mark on your face. He's not boozy, Baron, his friend. He's not boozy. He's sober as shit. He's got big bags under his half-orc eyes. For those who don't know who Terry is, he would be the MVP emoji in chat. He's this guy.
Yep.
He is this
Straight up.
motherfucker.
MVP.
MVP. How in the hell are you not dead? And he like walks over and he gives you like a huge hug after slugging you in the face, and he kind of pats Everston on the shoulder, and he looks past. And my question to
Still
Foxglove,
hungry.
as she's sowing rumors, walking down the hall and getting answers, which version of you are you right now? Are you the disguised you, or are you the snake you? You're muted.
You're muted.
You're muted.
So I'm gonna say you're probably the snake you, because muted. You're muted and Obi.
I was saying hella disguise.
Okay, so you look like normal.
Oh,
You look like
disguise.
normal Foxglove they've all seen. And she goes, and he goes, you met Terry or Jin? You met Terry, right? But not Jin. But you haven't met
Yes,
the
correct.
ghost. You've met the half orc.
Yes.
Okay. And he goes, she's still alive too. Every nightmare that we have looked through, she is considered I guess a horror to the nightmares. They're all scared of her.
Good.
How in the hell are you all here? You ain't dead.
Listen, I'd love to tell you about it. We have very little time. Here's what's happening. And I tell him about, like, us getting pulled out, or at least we think we pulled out, how we think we got pulled out.
We moved.
Where-
We moved.
Right, no. I'm talking, I tell him about, like,
Oh,
us,
you all. So you give him the rundown.
getting out of the nightmare, in between the dreams, pulling out into a spot where we think we know that we are out of it. Nora's there now. She's trying to set up a place for the
Sure.
city. All that stuff.
There's a montage of you explaining what's going on and him talking about things. And he tells you that they have moved Merrifield, not only the center of the nightmare, they are parked outside of the elder brain that these creatures are born from.
Okay.
We brought the entire city here. We, with the Druid's help and with Omar, we opened a rift with the Tide Runner and found a way to bring everything through the nightmare. It was encroaching on us. Whatever happened to you started coming out from the pedestal in the center of the town. We couldn't get rid of it. So for the last 18 months, we've been inside, or searching how to get in. About 10 months in, we got into the nightmare. And then since then, we've been sending Lysynthia back and forth with her new friend, some agent. I don't know. He works for the True Faith. They've been going back and forth between the nightmare and the material. We've been living in your purgatory, which is in water, wrapped in a nightmare. This is a double candy shell. This is the worst of candies.
Well, hopefully
Worse
we
than
can
that,
shake ourselves out
Special
of this.
edition Blue Demon Bar.
Yeah, right.
I was gonna say double purgatory jawbreaker.
Yeah, double purgatory jawbreaker is exactly what it's like. He goes, so
It's a gusher.
we are safe ish. And we have made an information network, and the Grey Lotus has been sending assassins out, luring back shadows and nightmares here, and we have been jumping them and questioning them. The line you see outside are people who let the nightmares happen to them, and the plague doctor has been yanking them out and jarring them. We have a nightmare assembly line.
That's horrible.
You gave us 18 months by ourselves.
I didn't give. It's not my
Also,
fault.
Nora's office is a staging point for Khalid, if she hasn't told you.
She didn't, but that makes total sense.
We've went through all of her notes trying to find you all. We know about the Gravlighters. Only the people who work for us, the line outside, the chosen 200, know what's going on. We found the bridge between the 200 dwarfs that are left and the number allowing us to segment dreams into 200 people. Don't ask. It's old magic. I didn't do it. Khalid did.
Right.
Oh, by the way,
Debrief about that later. Yeah.
y'all know that you're stuck in a nightmare, right? You got that information?
Oh yeah. That became apparent. I think we found a way through it and out of it.
Oh, Cynthia found you?
I wasn't sure it was her to begin with, but when I pulled out of it, we were between. It's hard to say. We were between bubbles of nightmare. Like it was.
Yeah, you're in the dream space.
Right. When we pulled out of that, instead of being in a nightmare, we pulled out of the dream space. I think we're back in the material now, but we're in some. It's cold wherever we are. It is cold.
How cold? And he walks around to the table and starts going through notes.
Howling Straits.
Oh, you are far from us. Well, you're far from where Merrifield is originally made.
I know. The problem is we don't know where in it, so we can't call the Tide Runner to come get us because we don't have an orientation of a starting point.
You're going to bring the city out, aren't you?
That's the plan. Problem is...
We'll lose our nightmare connections, but I think we have enough of them housed here that we can go. We have 18 months of them. He goes like this. He's like, and we have a full auditorium full.
It's literal nightmare fuel in this room.
Correct.
The only problem is it is cold and the howling is a thing. So we're going to try and use the lantern to cast a sanctuary spell in the city once we land.
The Gravlighters lantern. Nero.
Yes, exactly.
Well, Loretta and Nero, we've talked to them a couple times. They are not in the right minds. They know it. They've locked themselves away. Loretta's worse than Nero. But if we pull them out, they said if we were ever to get Merrifield out of this area, they may just become themselves again. So
well,
we think.
Nora is currently walking to this area that is going to be suitable for the town. They were leaving.
Okay.
Actually, they're leaving probably about now. We've got about a 5-hour stint in front of us. We need the Hand of Flame to start cooking fires in all the homes so that everyone is warm and safe, just in case this doesn't work. Probably on top of if this works.
Then I would say between the three of you and Terry in Roll20 in the chat there, figure out what knowledge check you would like to use, or skill, or magic, or whatever it is you want to do for a skill challenge test to get this place up and running within 5 hours. Because I'm going to go to Nora traveling through the frozen waste and see how well they do getting to their destination and not, perishing under a giant.
Okay.
So whatever skills you think you have, talents, feats between the three of you, I would say discuss and Roll20. I'll take it over to our big battle map one so that the audience can see the Roll20 chat as well as you guys chat in that. Nora, they set up the 30 minutes is what it ends up taking. They get everything set to go. And I guess I would have to ask, how are you going to handle the damage of the cold after leaving?
So between the cold weather clothing, which I know only protects up to a certain point, that's if I'm taking limited damage. I could either try and do battle medicine or treat wounds and pull stuff out of my kit, like little healing salves or to help temporarily protect versus frostbite.
Okay.
To keep myself up and running.
Okay. Well, the frostbite, their endure will help enough with that. You're not going to get frostbite. I mean, how are you going to heal the damage?
The actual damage, I could just use battle medicine.
But you only do it once, right, per day?
No, because I'm an investigator. I'm a forensic investigator. I can use it once an hour. For 1 round. So basically, 1 round out of every hour, I'm like, okay, I'm better now. Let's go.
I will say the check doing it in the cold will be a little tougher, but you are probably going to be able to do it. I said discuss in chat, not talk about what Nora can do, Drew.
No, that's so a rumor.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Fuck
that's
that.
so a rumor.
That's the longest fucking text block ever.
So fucking big. It's ridiculous.
That's
what
I
Allie
cast
can
a
do.
spell.
That's
That's what Allie can do. I mean, what would the check be, Eric, to heal up? Because normally it's a 20.
Yeah, it's going to be 10 higher for being in the magical cold.
Okay, I
Definitely
can
doable,
take,
but...
with assurance, I can take a 30, and... Wait, if I take assurance, if I use assurance, check my medicine, I can get a 31, and
so
heal
how much does that heal?
15.
Oh, wow.
It heals 15 base just from my level.
Okay.
And then I think that heals another 10 because of the DC, and then I would roll 2d8. So I can do that. I'm healing a minimum of 25 per hour.
20. So I can't even damage you. You'll be able to heal through that.
Okay.
3d6 won't be enough to harm you through the cold. Wow. The other two, they patch themselves up, get themselves pretty good. They take a little
I offer
cold.
help. I offer help because
well,
I can do it to them too.
Oh, that's right. What about the Howler?
I mean, if I can use treat medicine on the Howler, if it'll let me, I could do it to the Howler as well.
Yeah, they'll use healing stuff they have on him instead. It'll make more sense because they don't want you to get bit by him.
Well, then
they'll let you do it to them though. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I'll
you kind of
save.
like off the sled, like you'll stop for a few moments, patch them up in like a covered area as much as you can be. And the cold, the first hour is fine. The second hour, I need a perception check from you.
Okay.
As you're kind of acting as lookout along with them. They will give you a +3 to your roll.
Okay.
Do you have the ability to see through bad weather? Do you have any magical items or anything like that that would help you?
I don't think so. I've got the life sight.
Okay.
In case we're not in dark tides, but in case you run into any dark tides, in our travels, I've also got the imprecise undead sense. Other than that, I think that's pretty basic stuff. I don't have anything like spyglass or anything like that.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. If you had spyglass or anything. So just your peepers. So it's pretty hard to see, but you can give me a roll. They're giving you a +3 to your roll. The difficulty is a 40 because of the weather.
Okay.
Those who don't know, the DCs are higher than this because you get to add your level. They're level 15.
I got 17 on the dice. That gives me a 47.
A 47.
Well, because they gave me a +3, so I'm at +30.
You don't have to explain your nonsense. I know it's there.
Yeah, it's fucking goddamn.
So, as you're traveling through, they stop, and the howler gets really low, and your blanket's just covered in snow. They look back and tell you to kind of tuck yourself in.
Okay.
They made their stealth check. I got a natural 20. As one of the giants steps over the channel that you're going through, like this frozen channel. It's almost like a bobsled area. It's just from people walking back and forth so many times, it's kind of sank in. But the giant, as it goes over and steps, the foot is probably 18 foot long. As it slams down, it's wearing boots, and behind it is dragging the carcass of a mastodon behind it, making its way through the snow. And then behind that mastodon is a second and a third, as it must have hit up a herd of them and is dragging them across the tundra. It stops. One of the mammoths is over top of the canal as you guys creep your way under it. When you get out of range, he turns back and says, "The giants in this area, They consume warm blood to stay warm in this weather. Many people think they're vampiric. Our tribe is taken down too. We know that they are not vampiric. They are simply, I think, potion brewers or alchemists of some form, and they make a potion from the blood of creatures. They'll kill an entire tribe and make potions to keep themselves warm in these frigid temperatures, and they hunt in it, and they attack cities in it because they know we can't fight back. If we set up shop, we need to make sure your city is not in harm's way. Because if you have smoke and fire coming out of that city, they will come to it.
Good to know.
Do you have a way to
So as
hide what we're doing or tell people not to use fire? And this would be in hour 3 of your 5 travel.
we have quite a few big brains in there. Let's see what they can come up with.
Cool. Back to the inside.
So-
What is our group decided to do in Discord in Roll20? What are you thinking about here? I see Jesus. Just saying. So you're gonna sow a rumor. Society, diplomacy. So is this to organize people? Is that what we're trying to do here?
Well, I mean, we're literally trying to harness society, so I think a society check is the most accurate.
Well, a normal check will get you 1. A crit will get you 2. That is how the challenge works.
I get it. I cast telepathic bond on us inside just so we could spread out around the city and
Don't need to.
get shit done.
You guys all have the rings while you're inside the lantern. Remember, you can talk to each other.
Oh,
You
that's
guys have
right.
the bracers and rings and pieces, so while you're inside the lantern, you can just speak with one another.
Got it. So our plan was in full effect, and then I'm assuming I just heard that conversation through the lantern.
Well,
and he's like,
I need your 3 hours before and what we get done,
Right.
so I need the checks first. So I need you all to know what you're rolling, so I can write down how many you get towards the total DC.
Because then after that, Nora will chime in with some thoughts.
Yep. So you're gonna sow a rumor with society. What is your rumor?
The rumor is straight up like, have you heard what's about to go down? It's time to get in place, guys. Hop
So
to it.
you're causing instilled panic.
I mean, I wouldn't say that.
Well, we'll see when I make the
call-
secretive
call to
roll.
arms. It's a call to arms.
Yes, we're rallying them. We're getting people hyped, but not scared.
Yeah,
Getting
plus
people
20.
hyped. So rumor. Hey, did you hear about that party?
You hear
It's
about the
gonna be
fact we're all
lit.
gonna die?
It'll be fine.
She's, she's selling them on Fire Festival.
Yeah.
What?
They're giving out prizes for the people that are the most organized and prepared for this winter weather.
So you have plus 17, right, to deception?
Oh no, that's plus 26, right?
Oh, 26. 26, sorry. Plus 26?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Cool. That's your check. What is everybody else doing during the first 3 hours of downtime to get this thing set up? What are the other 2 of you doing to add towards the checks? Because she doesn't know how well she did. She's like, I told everybody.
Then I'm gonna collect on those doctor rumors.
I mean,
She's
so
she's
society
walking out
is what
sewing
we're
rumors.
going with.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. You're outside sewing a new rumor and then asking about how single the plague doctor is. Just making sure I have that correct.
It's a little more unhinged this season, so we're leaning in.
Amazing.
We're leaning in.
She's cruising. She's cruising. It's fine.
Cruising for sure.
It's
Cool.
lonely without Bartleby.
Yeah, Fox. Yeah, sure.
Would like
Voss,
a
what are you
place
gonna roll? What are you doing?
I mean, I was rolling diplomacy. 'cause
Okay,
that-
give me your
or not
diplomacy.
Society. Fucking society.
Sure, give me a society check.
I rolled a nat 20, so that is
Oof.
a 42.
Okay. And Everston, what are you doing?
Hear me out. I was thinking I could roll.
Hear me out. It'll go fine.
What happened
So
was
excited for what
is
Todd's about to say. Whatever it is, I'm all in.
This is a no bullshit thing. I was thinking I would roll crafting as a recall knowledge type of usage.
Okay.
Learning
Do what?
about like engineering, like what structures are going to be the most heat retaining, alchemical
insulation
reactions
and
as
stuff?
far as like what can we use for
Serving hands
heat
played
sources.
this card.
How can we maximize their efficiency? Materials that we have on hand that can be used in a pinch
Okay.
Fire Festival 2.0.
as like insulation or to burn.
So like
as fuel.
what blankets are the best to like line your doors and windows with? All right, I am down for it. That is a very intelligent way to do it. Let's see what you got.
Y'all expected bullshit.
No, it's super good. That's a great concept.
Crafting. This is oh god, I thought it was a 1. I was like, no, it's 30.
Are you good with that, or do you want to use a patch or a hero point?
I'll use a
And do
hero
you want assistance from his 2 helpers?
point. Well, if they want to help,
So
during
pick whoever's
that,
better at
not assisting him.
crafting, Drew, and give me a roll and see if they can assist him. Difficulty is 20.
Neither of them have crafting. Like
you have to be at least an expert.
Cult or fettering.
Nope, not going to work. Never mind. I'll say one of the other people in town to give you aid. +1 to your roll. There's enough
Okay,
craft.
with the hero point, turn that 7 into a natural 20. So with +1,
No, you did a hero
got-
point, not a patch. You did a hero point.
I did a hero point. I already used my patch.
Yep. Okay. Perfect.
So with the nat 20, it is a 44.
All right. So I can tell you that as the camera watches you all spread through the city, Terry is also going to make a roll. Audience, I need you to roll me a d20 for Terry. As we all know, Terry never fails. Terry is the MVP.
He's the MVP.
He has never failed. So give me a d20 roll in chat. Let's see how good Terry is right now. Watch, someone's going to roll 1 right now. Fucking ruin his track record. As they're rolling that, the camera pans as you guys all separate from the town, and it shows Everston go out and start gathering goods from his shop, going to the surrounding areas, helping people gather like chemicals, tar, getting things ready for salt, picking up the beams to burn, chopping them in his machine shop and sending them out, along with Voss going around organizing people from the center of town, getting everything ready to go. And then obviously the last person we see is Foxglove. And I'm just going to say, do you stop by the Plague Doctor's wagon with the name that comes back to you at the very end, since I rolled an 18 on the die?
Yes.
Do you want to share it publicly, or do you want it just for you?
You know what? This has been a team effort for all of Merrifield. So
just you?
I
Check.
think we should...
Get you laid?
It's been a team effort for us to get her past Bartleby. Yes. Maybe here's the thing. So like Nora in the back of her mind is like, this is a bad idea, but maybe if this works, she'll get rid of Shadow Bartleby.
Possibly.
You can do worse rebounds than a Plague Doctor.
True. I mean, he obviously makes good money. Did you see his mask? It's gold.
I'm sending it to you in private chat. In roll 20. Should be directed just to you.
Here you
Okay.
got a lucky 13.
A lucky 13. Nice, nice. It's 13 plus his bonuses. Terry. That means that you've done pretty well. You were 2 away from success. 2 away. With that said, Nora, you bring the information back saying, hey, by the way,
Yeah.
you're not going to want fire showing.
Yeah.
And I am going to take away 1d4 of your successes.
Doesn't sound
2.
How are we not supposed to have fire showing? It's in the Arctic. All right.
Fire. Smoke is fine. The fire and light is what they're worried about.
So, I mean, if there's a way that we can cover things up, or maybe we've got alchemists and crafters, maybe
I mean,
the Bullet Brothers know of a way to create heat without smoke or flame, like something alchemical, something like that. Like that's kind of what Nora's putting out. Like if we can't use magic is a limited resource, even with everybody in the town. But I think we have enough people that we might be able to get away with doing kind of like those sun rods, but instead of rods, they're heat emanating. We might be able to do something like that.
Khalid says there's a way to do so in the Azure Order. They teach how to do electricity to create heat, but that's a pretty bright light. There are things such as hellstones as well that produce massive amounts of heat, but they take some skill to craft. We're out of time. What if we just tell everyone to light their fireplaces and shut their shutters? And just the problem we're going to have is the daylight lanterns have to be on for this sanctuary of yours to be in effect.
right, it's gonna be a glowing snow globe. Like, literally. At night, it's gonna be a light beacon.
Correct. Unless we summon the dark tides over it.
I was going to turn to my guides and say, I know this is an extremely... Normally, this would seem like a very out of left field question, especially since the tides have disappeared for a while. Do you know of any places where the tides would be in full effect?
Oh, yeah, there's huge cracks within areas of the tundra that the tides just flow out of. And during the storms, they are very... they're deep. That's what I'll say. Because there's no light to push them away. It's very dangerous to travel in the lower parts. We're not going there, are we?
I may need to go alone. I don't... You've already done so much...
These are areas that have fallen off into icy waters. You're going to be trudging through... Well, in this weather, it'll be frozen. But as soon as this storm is gone, it'll slowly melt away.
I mean... I guess... we don't have a name for it still, but this feat will come in handy.
Oh, fuck. I know what you're using. Sure. Do you wish us to take you near it? We can. And we'll get you as close as we can, but we can't. I don't think it's safe to travel through it. The tides, the things that swim in the tides will kill you.
Well, that's just one thing I have to worry about then. The tides won't hurt.
You're slow on foot. You're going to be trudging through snow. Can you fly? Do you have wings under there?
Glider pack.
I have the glider pack in my satchel of holding.
Oh boy, you want to glide in these fucking extraneous winds? Oh, I can't wait for this.
Is that an athletics check?
Yes, it's an acrobatics. It's acrobatics.
Cool, because I'm
acrobatics.
Well, because I'm trained in acrobatics and I'm master in athletics.
And
No, I know you're wrong. It is athletics. It's an athletics check to direct it because it's strength, not agility. If you've ever been on one of those things in strong winds, it is stamina driven.
hang
Yeah,
glider, you are
I
pushing that
swear to
bar
God,
forward
if the hang glider survives that,
I mean,
so do you start unpacking
I'm
it?
pulling a hit. Yes.
They're like, we'll take you near.
Have some repair oils
I'm
ready
still
just in
listening.
case.
Just
Yeah, I'm
splashing
still
it
listening
on
to
it.
this. I'm like, love, you do realize, I mean, you have the lantern, that the tide's not going to touch you.
Yeah, but I don't want to use up the sanctuary.
No, I'm just talking about the light.
I mean, I could.
Yes.
I could
Turn the
walk,
light on.
Yes, I could walk with the light and then have everything
she's
come
hungry.
after me.
Yeah, I mean, you never knows when like the tides are gonna break in daylight. Like there'll just be a ball of fucking glowing green light. Because
technically, I'm team formerly dead, so technically it might be easier. Should be easier for me to hide from the creatures in there. I won't be affected.
True.
by the tides.
True.
In fact, depending on how it goes, something happened with the nightmares, and I've realized that when I'm in the tides, sometimes I get healed from them.
I'm sorry, what?
It
That's
goes
a new one.
hand in hand with everything tasting like ash.
So,
I don't have
Alright.
to eat or drink. I've got a hang glider.
So, what I'm hearing is
know,
it cuts
I
to
was
you
actually-
riding on the sled, get the
Yes!
basically the meal sled when they hunt things down. They're pulling you through the snow. They get to a cliff edge, and you look down and you can't see the drop. They go, "It's down there." And the snow is just whipping through over top of the tides, and it just looks like that magical snow hitting and splashing off and causing like fractal spike impacts on the side of the cliff edge. And you pull out a hang glider with a leather wings and go, "Yeah, sounds like a plan." Just making sure that I summarized this correctly.
Nora's done
It's gonna be
stupider
great.
things. Also, I do have a stamp leaf talisman.
Oh, when we get back from
Also,
break, everybody, we will watch
slap those
Nora
suspenders.
hang glide in her wingsuit to death, while the rest of the group is like, "We're ready," and she's just crumpled, laying at the bottom of a canyon. I can't wait. It's gonna be amazing. There's nothing can
I'm
go
here for
bad.
it.
But
Listen, I have 3 deaths.
before we go to break, because we got about 45 minutes left in the show, before we go to break here, I do want to ask, since I took 2 away, I can tell you that you're at 6 out of 10 for the successful checks. You guys did really well for the first 3 hours. With the new information, when we come back from break, I need to know different skills from each of you. You can double up skills, it just can't be from you. How you're going to solve this problem of daylight being an issue to be seen. What are the concepts, what skills you want to use. And Nora, nah, you're fucked. I don't really know what else to tell you. This is the craziest thing I've seen Nora do the entire time.
What about wrestling Lady of the Tides with Everston?
That was pretty good too. I will point out a new spell card just got played. So Drew, if there's a new spell you need, so let me look up we're gonna roll level here before we go. EPF, new spell. The new spell card, you currently have 2 of them that you can use. Serving Hands, can I get a 2d10 from you separately for the level of spells that these are? Because spells now, is it level 1 to 10, correct? Drew?
Yes.
Okay.
1 to 10.
So give me a 2d10 here, Serving Hands, so we can do it. A level 1 spell,
Hey,
probably
first
not
level.
going to help you. Let's do that one more fucking time.
Could have used that one yesterday.
And an 8.
An 8.
Now, I will say they are scrolls, so you can burn it if you need to burn it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could just use it. Okay?
Yeah.
So with that, we're going to head into break, everybody. We'll come back for hang gliding extraordinaire Nora, and we'll start off with her snapping her spenders, jumping off the cliff edge, and praying that the ice doesn't turn her into a pincushion. We'll see. If you haven't picked up the new merch, all the new show shirts are there from Todd, along with the new Frank House Dilemma shirt. Let me take us to our 5 cam here. On top of that, there is going to be new merch coming out throughout this month, and I think I just got done talking with our person who made our Ethauntia dice last season. The new season 3 dice are going to be coming out based around the Hand of Flame. They look pretty dope. They are going to be a black light and glow in the dark again. That is the one thing I can tell you. Pictures will be coming through this month. And then if you're going to be at Gen Con, hopefully I have a set of them at Gen Con to show off for pre-orders. Because I think that'd be pretty dope. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say. When I come back, I'll talk about Living City to everybody. Don't forget, down below, you can claim the 10k point NPC. If you have 50k, when you claim a 50k NPC for the city, you get to make an NPC and you get a place in Merrifield with a haunt. The haunt can be positive or negative, because remember, souls and spirits are normal in this setting. 10k doesn't come with that. You're just a level 1 character. And yeah, we'll be back in a couple minutes. Give everyone a bathroom break, a drink break, and we'll come back to finish off Daredevil Nora and the 3 people who are actually safe. Than her. We'll be back in a few minutes, everybody.
Season 1 Warlaner patches are finally here.
I had prepared a small thing. If it's okay, I'll like to do this because I was inspired by a podcast I've been listening
to have it in our store. Link down below. And remember, like, subscribe, and share it with
Lantern of Souls, open your realm.
1,000 subscribers.
Accept this servant as one of your own, to guard the spirits we harvest, so we may all one day move on to our...
Threatening to blow up his facility.
Oh yeah, we're not about that.
And he like, you can see in the corner, he's looking at videos of like all the times you guys have blown shit up. He's like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. You could hear us. You could hear.
There's a distinct lack of war crimes in those videos.
Cut out immediately. Says, I would say that you could tell him that in trade you could give him a good piece of technology he doesn't have. You might be willing to drop that price down a little bit, or you can tell him that those pieces belong to the Lakshay Empire. If you can claim that you own something he's trying to sell you, he has to technically give it back to you for free.
That is great advice. Thank you so much. Hey, next sticky pickle you have,
click.
you think of me. All right. Nice chatting with you.
Time is money, friend.
In probably April when we start up Ethauntia, there'll be a new season. Did you see what that was?
I did.
Did everybody see that? Todd, did you see that? So there's a limited
No, I didn't.
card that got added. I was just gonna talk about it. The limited card. You're dyeing your hair pink.
Jump gun.
The limited card is True Strike on the next attack. There's a limited number, but when it plays on screen, it puts the finger guns, and it's a little kid going pew 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 pew.
Yep.
I love that.
I was gonna call Allie and have Allie do it, and then I found the little kid. And I was like, well, I have to do the little.
I mean,
kid
it's
noise.
basically the same thing. Like,
It's no different. It's no different at all. So we're gonna be
I
getting
am
into the finger
truly
gun
just a
tournament.
10-year-old child.
That was loud as shit, Todd. That was like 9.
Oh, sorry.
All right, everyone, get ready.
Do you extend your leg out and turn it solid like a pod? Because remember, you can.
Yeah, pretty much. And so we're just standing there. All right, everyone, smile.
Okay.
All right, good.
You just see Azuka in the background chugging some tie-in.
So Grafras is always like the perpetual blinker, like in the photos, like every shot.
Well, I mean, it's still a video, so after about 5 seconds of that happening,
Video.
everyone just standing there. Phil goes,
We all relax and we start talking shit.
all right, good. All right. Well, and
Hands on the hips.
just
Hands
goes
on hips.
slowly towards me, and I pick it back up, and it's that weird, like, boomer angle where they look down at their phone. All right, time to get into the frames and onwards.
Now, somewhere in that video, there's probably a good piece, and anything.
Divinity.
is
Which
that,
for Void, I can create a barrier. I can make a void pocket into an impassable obstruction. Basically in front for the next minute while I can concentrate on it. Nothing can penetrate or move through this space. I want to form it like right inside this thing's mouth.
So barring it from hitting you as you guys are lining up to do your jump.
So
what does
before
it
we get
look
ready,
like?
when we go to jump, we've got the spear and the axe, and I just have both arms slammed together and the wrists interlock, and both weapons in its hands just start spinning. This purple energy starts like forming this giant, massive ball in this thing's mouth, just like crackling and everything. And then you just see like this eye of Alberath like inside this void, like as well too.
I just want to say you snow globed a galaxy.
I mean,
Great. All right, so we're going to save it, and we're going to test it on screen. Oh my god.
Does that mean I'm only gonna be able to give this to him once we're on the ship?
I ain't never been
Sure,
on the
that's
dog's
what it
good
means.
side. Thought of new management? Don't sit right.
Yeah, I think he yells down, he's like, path is clear at the 8th floor. As one jumps at him to tackle him.
Oh no!
Oh no!
And it misses. What else could we use? Let's go back to the PDF here, shall we? Let's look at the factions again. And let's get the music back going. Let's go to races, actually. I got an idea for the races, I think. Yeah, I think the races would be good. Hold on here. I don't know why you're not grabbing every doll and just crushing them. There you are, you little bitch. Time to die. It's curb stomping time. Ow!
Fucking monster.
There you go. Give him the axe. Where is it? What do you buy? And he just lets the kid go. Wait, is this better? This might be better.
And as this happens, I see how I was supposed to pass.
Oh.
I was reborn as someone else.
Oh.
After a dare to touch an ancient, glitchy figurine.
Oh.
Spoiler alert. The character I rolled, her origin is velocity cursed. She is also an engineer.
Now, because we have this, as we will bring you in, we're going to put up the deaf version of Kelly. We'll be able to hear you. The rest of the audience won't be able to. I will bring you in shortly. Kelly.
Oh no, she's dead.
You let me know if you are... So, two of them down. They're actually not hard to fight. Like, if I'm off my mount... Okay. Click, and you see new account active pop up on your heads-up display.
Thank you, my good friend. It was good to see you.
Yeah. Can you, if I send, the copy of the digital spell book that apparently looks like the one that Blue Ogre owns.
Oh, yes.
Sign?
Just send it over. I'll pretend it's mine.
It's a digital copy. He can just sign the digital. It'd be fantastic. NFTs.
Of course.
A bag and going,
Oh, that's where that bell is coming from.
and just stuffing the chips into his
Are you
front face.
eating my chips?
Oh,
Are you eating my chips?
So sorry. Leaves the door.
And he like snags them from you.
No.
There's like just crumbs in the bottom of the bag. He's like
Thank you,
trying to eat
King
them.
Bashman, for
As-
the tier 1 subs. While
He's
we
like,
argue
"Oh,
about
Reloading. Grenade out. Long time no see.
This motherfucker was hiding in bushes.
Boyer Bush. Wow, that was like 6 in a row.
Okay, so I got to get to a 24 then, right? Because that means he fails.
Yep.
So that's 5. I'm spending 10 points to do so. Ladles and jelly spoons and everyone in between, this creature banishes from existence.
I'm sorry,
I
what?
cast a successful banishment.
I'm sorry. What?
Fuck off back to Grimmer Space. You're never coming back here again.
Without its arm.
I'm sorry, you what?
I cast banishment. I have that now. So, banishment, if we just need a refresher, if the target is nated to a different plane of existence than the one you're currently on, it is banished with a faint popping noise, returning to its home plane.
That's a long flight back, man.
Now, what I have to do is end my concentration on haste.
Black's doing.
Dun, dun, dun. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my new rare item that we got. As this thing's like really close to us, you see like the chest cavity just kind of like open up, and you see what looks like kind of like almost like a horn come out of it, and you just hear this woo, woo, and as all this noise is coming out, you also it's almost like an amalgamation of voices like Muffler Cakes as your leader, Finger Guns, hey, I know that one, I need more squid chips, this is Grab, so you have 60 seconds, technically not a milk, and all this stuff is happening. And
What is this?
I need a con save because I'm hitting you with a horn of blasting.
Okay.
Sweet.
I got a 18.
18.
She has done nothing but been a sincerely positive influence on my life, so.
Man, your ability to bend the truth is just unprecedented.
Lillian,
had it not been for her, I would have never met
Cult.
Bartleby.
Lillian Foxglove is a fan of Malort because it tastes like Stockholm Syndrome.
Oh.
Amazing. Holy shit. That was getting clipped for savagery. Shit. Almost as good as the meme I sent out earlier this week. So, I'm trying to find a
It's better than mixed with crash.
post-workout energy drink.
Beverage.
Post-workout
Beverage.
beverage. Wow, amazing. Nothing like a good energy drink
Are you okay
getting
over
super
there,
jacked
Natalie?
and it all goes sideways.
No, it's the post-workout beverage.
I
It's
know
post-workout recovery.
that shit fucks you up if you ever had a lot of it.
I mean, at this point, you should just grow up and do cocaine.
Here's the thing.
On that, apparently you should just grow up and do cocaine. Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. I forgot about that clip. That is fucking amazing. Thanks for all the cards that are being played right now. I have those up in the background. Let's go over really quick the living community thing that we're doing. Living Ethauntia. It's not going to be a community. You correct this. For those who played, like if Raven's here, he's played in it before. Amir's done a little bit. Todd, who's behind the scenes here, and Kelly is involved in it. The concept is like organized play, but it is specifically for Ethauntia. It's going to be set in Ethauntia. If you are in the Patreon, you already have access to it. I'm going to put out a Living Ethauntia doc version of it that takes out all the stuff that's in process and just has the working pieces there for you. What you do is you're going to be making a first level character. You'll be able to make any of the ancestries short of Kobold and Goblin because those are Fey creatures and there's not the Fey stuff written yet for Ethauntia, and I really don't want to bring that into I don't want to bring that into the game yet. You know, so we want to hold off on that. But I do want to talk about how this works. So I'm going to do a sign up. There's going to be a new set of Stream Loot cards that is specific to doing Ethauntia, living Ethauntia, where you'll have cards that'll have like hero points in it, magic items, everything you would expect for your player to get. And there'll be fragmented ones. And then after a certain level, based on the level of the city, cards will just be craftable. So you can craft extra items for your cards to kind of give the feeling of Merrifield growing. So you'll be able to deconstruct and build stuff. To play at the table, you either have to claim soul points down below, because I only want people really playing in the city that have seen the show. Doesn't make sense if you've never seen the show to be playing in Ethauntia. There's a 10K one and a 50K one that you can claim. 50K comes with your own location in Merrifield. 10 does not. That's the difference between them. So there'll be some story stuff and some extra things for those who are the 50K ones to be able to do. Right now, I believe that is only Amir, Allie, Bear, Serving Hands. I don't know if Anna claimed a 50K or not, but those are the ones that they're currently available that I can think of off the top of the head. Claim the 10K. There's a new area in our Discord channel that you can see the post for it and the first date that I have. It's going to be 4 to 5 people. You have to buy 1 pack of Stream Loot cards, just kind of like you would at a convention. You're basically buying a spot to play at the table. So that's the short of it. It's going to be 2 to 3 hours for the first session, and that's kind of what the table time is, and you'll get to play a character that grows. The difference between playing in an organized play and doing it here is your character's part of the city. So all the stuff that's going on, like you saw during this episode, for example, Serving Hand's character has a oddities and bookstore, which might have had answers to some of these problems for them. And Bear is a crafter. Bear made a gnome crafter cleric who might have had some ways to help out with this, and they can kind of divide out things to people. And if you're here during the live show, I might have you make a roll with your character. So those are the concepts for what's going on. So sign up if you haven't yet. If you haven't claimed your 10K, claim that now. It's in the channel points down below. With that said, let's get the appropriate music. This music is like banjo-y. This is literally called Hill Dwarf Country. Wow. Wow. Let's do Guardian Spirit, because right now Nora's gonna need it. All right. Do we have everybody here? No one's muted. Everything's good. Kelly, can you talk for me once? Nope, don't see you. Cool. Everybody else is here. There's definitely an issue with Allie, with Kelly's Ninja Cam. And I don't know why. And then I'm going to...
The ninja, you're not supposed to see it.
While you're doing that, I do want to say that I feel like you just pulled a dad by mixing up Kelly and my names. I'm just like, that makes sense. He's the parent. I mean GM.
I wasn't thinking that at all.
All kinds of issues opening up here tonight.
I just thought it was a slip of the tongue as well, yeah.
I'm just used to my parents calling all of us the wrong names all the time.
So for some reason, I have no audio for Kelly right now. There we go. I had to refresh you for some reason. We're good now. You should be here. So, with that said, Kelly skydiving over as Nora. Do you have your stats for that thing?
So, I don't know if we actually got stats for the glider itself.
Yes.
I know it's 3 actions to activate.
Hold on. Making me pull out first and second season shit. Hang gliders!
I almost took a feat just so I could use this thing better, but I had to get something else as a prerequisite for something else.
Now I feel like I should have gotten this feat. So
it was season 2, correct?
Yeah, because we were using them to...
Was it the very beginning of the season?
Yeah.
Hang gliders. All right. Okay. All right, cool. You are hang gliding in bad weather. This is going to be great. It's going to be great.
I mean, like I said, if anyone is going to do this bullshit, it should be me, because I have 3 deaths in the bank.
Oh, I did find my do not tell them card.
Cool.
All right. Okay. I have your DCs. Okay.
Okay.
It is in bad weather. Inclement weather adds a 10 to using a hang glider. You are using acrobatics. They park at the edge of the ridge. I'm assuming you latch the lantern to something.
Yeah. So am I Was it athletics or acrobatics? Because you.
It
originally
is
said
athletics. It is athletics. I looked it up. Because it's the strength of using it, not the agility of using it. Drew, you look like you're puzzled on your spells over there, buddy.
I was trying to figure out what the 8th level spell is that I want this spell to be.
Can't be teleport.
I think I found it.
Limited wish.
All right, so I'm going to swap out one of my bandoliers and hook the lantern on that, or like a belt loop on my belt. I put on the Calcor glider. I down a potion. I down an alchemical concoction for dark vision. It lasts for an hour.
Okay.
Okay. So.
Hearing all your nonsense. I see you.
Yep. Okay. Let's see. So I've got the glider, the dark vision. I'm immune to the dark tides because of the ancestry feats I picked up. Don't need to eat or drink or breathe because of the ancestry feats I picked up.
Okay.
I have negative damage resistance 7 because of the feats I picked up, along with imprecise undead sense. Because I'm going to be in the dark tides, life sense is going to kick in. So if there's anything living, I can use them as a light source.
Okay.
And then finally, I have illumination. So anything that's on my body that emits light goes up to the next step because of the shards of glass in my body.
Is that the one we haven't named yet? The illumination one?
No, illumination, that's the name of the
haven't.
feat.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So
He's more
then,
Terminator than Everston is.
So then I double check to make sure that I have my Snapleaf Talisman, which I do.
Okay.
And in case anything happens, I also have Blind Fight as a feat. So
In case she wants to make it fair for anybody, so she'll close her eyes while fighting.
So welcome to 15th level, everybody. Yeah, okay, great. So you set up, they park at the cliff edge, and they go, "You're sure about this? This is suicide."
I think at this point, because I've said so many times, I turn to them and I say, I have a couple of deaths in the bank.
They look at each other, and you're like,
as I pop, the glider goes.
cool. Are you snapping your suspenders?
Yes.
Would you like to explain to the audience who's not been here since season 1 what the fucking suspenders are?
So, Nora Tenwick, the investigator, Inspector Tenwick, is also a huge wrestling fan. Geek. And geek would probably be a better term. And during our episode 0, she attended a match of her favorite luchador wrestler, Blue Demon. And for being such a great fan and helping in a past investigation, Blue Demon gave her a set of suspenders, but they're magical suspenders. So when she snaps them, I get a +4 to my athletics checks for a minute.
Huge.
So that's what they see. Like, I turn around, I already have the wings up, and Nora just looks at them and says, I mean, I've got a couple of deaths in the bag, and then snaps them. They glow bright blue, and then
Cool.
Bruce?
You jump out. Your goal is to make it out to what you think is going to be 1,000 foot across in a solid area. They tell you it's roughly a mile across to the next ridge, is their guess.
Okay.
As you dive and you hit down into the tides, like do this boom drop. I need 2 things from you. 1, I need a reflex saving throw for the incoming larger chunks of ice falling out of the sky.
Okay.
Not too hard. Should be pretty easy for you.
I mean, I got an average roll. I got 36.
That's more than enough to dodge as you weave through the rocks coming down, flying through. I need an acrobatics check for your first one, making your way out into the tides and, boom, popping the wings out to hit that gust of wind.
Okay.
I can't believe this yet. Ignore it.
That's a 40. I rolled a 12.
No, that's great. That's great. +10 to the DC, not enough. Nora's like, just another brisk day in the park. As you hit the dark tides and poosh.
I think it's internal panic. Like, she's like on the outside, like cool as a cucumber, and inside she's like, this has got to be one of the dumbest things I've
ever done.
And that includes wrestling the Lady of the Tides with Everston.
Yeah. So as you dive in, poosh, and the wings spread out and you hit the tides, you start seeing little beacons of light all through the area. As that happens, at the same time, boom, 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 all the daylight lanterns inside Merrifield light up. What are the three of you going to do with the new information if it transitions into the city with the current situation you guys are in? What are y'all gonna do? What is the game plan between all of you? You lost 2, you're back down to 6, you need 10 successes in total. Yeehaw indeed. Did you pick a spell? Did we start there? Did you pick an 8th level spell for your nonsense?
I did.
Okay. Would you like to share with the class?
Not really. No.
Are you using it? It can't be wish. It can't. It can't be ancient magics. It can't be like wish, teleport. They don't exist. Well, they do.
No,
they're not common.
I didn't roll, so I didn't roll to see if it was because it was a new spell card.
It's just arcane. It's always something you can cast. Yep.
Servant played this card.
For
I couldn't
the first
resist.
level,
I'm
I
sorry,
took sleep.
Kelly. Please don't kill me.
Because it seems to be important lately. Because I didn't have it.
You got what song? What spell? Sorry, I was laughing at Silvering Hand's card.
Sleep.
That is a very good spell. There's an 8th level version of sleep.
No. That was the first level spell.
I asked you what the 8th level was. I don't give a shit about your first level spell.
The 8th level spell that I took is called Unrelenting Observation.
I know what that is. Do you want to? Do you have it? Did you drag it and put it on your spell list, or are you going to maybe use just the scroll because you don't have time to?
Yeah, I don't have time to put it in my book yet, so it's just.
Would you like to tell us what it is? Because it's nonsense. It's a nonsense.
So,
it's a Nora spell.
Spell grants perfect sight based on scrying, allowing several willing targets to track the exact movements or position of one creature or object. Choose one target creature or object in an area to be tracked. It becomes the sensor for the spell. Up to 5 willing creatures of your choice in the area can see a ghostly image of this creature or object when it's out of their sight. They can perceive the creature or object perfectly, allowing them to ignore the concealed or invisible condition, though physical barriers still provide cover. Tracking creatures can see the tracking creatures can see the tracked creature or object through all barriers other than lead or running water, which block their vision. Distance doesn't matter. Though the creature or object might move so far away it becomes too small to perceive, the tracking creature don't see any of the environment around the target, though they can see any gear the creature is wearing or holding, and they can tell if it removes an object from its person. If the target is being tracked, if the target to be tracked is willing, the duration is an hour. If you try to track an unwilling creature, the target must attempt a will save. Critical success, unaffected, success, duration is 1 minute, failure, duration is an hour.
Hey, Nora, if you crash, they'll find you.
Yep.
So, inside the lantern.
Anyway, just come out of the lantern.
Inside the lantern, you can't. If she dies, you're in the lantern.
Yeah, but I went in. I didn't die. I just went in. I could come out again.
We'll see what happens. So, what do you guys want to do inside the lantern? You got 4 successful checks that 3 checks you can make, 1 from the city as well, so Terry and them can help you out. What are your new skill checks that the 3 of you would like to make before we move to the city? To house this.
I'm just gonna go ahead and swap and do a diplomacy this time. Okay, which is gonna be, come on, chunky chunk. I'm gonna use a patch. Okay. Let's see. That's better by 1. So we've got 30. We
30.
got
Okay.
30.
All right. Cool. Boss, what are you doing?
I was doing Gravelighter lore to see if I have any way to affect spells through the lantern. Not only like trying to cast a different one from the pedestal, like my fire shield ideal, which I no longer have because I know that won't work, but I'm trying to see if I can eschew materials this
No.
in some way? And
You don't even need to
transfer
roll. You
around?
already know you can't do that shit. You can only use the
other part of-
powers that are in the lantern. That's all you can do.
Okay. Well, the other part of this is I'm curious if I can cast spells on Nora by
No.
putting my hand on the
Again,
wall from
the
inside.
only thing you can do is use the spells.
I'm not
from the
talking
lantern
about. I'm
on
not
the
talking
outside.
about.
I understand what you're saying. Nothing can be casted out of it into the material. That's not how it works.
Okay.
Only she could use the powers of the lantern outside. If you put it on the pedestal, you're pretty sure you can use Sanctuary. It's not a scrying device where you can cast spells through it. None of that exists.
Okay.
You don't even need to roll. Pick something else. You just know that. Like Everson could look at you and be like, "That's not gonna work."
This card, the kids want to know.
You can't do it.
Is Terry okay?
Yeah, now, it is feasible that that's something that could get added later, but it doesn't exist right now.
Okay.
So do you have another skill you want to use? If not, I'll move to Everston while you're looking.
Yeah, move to Everston.
Everston,
I'll look.
what would you like to do?
I'm wondering if maybe I could use Gravelighter lore to see if we can tap into the planar energies that the lantern utilizes. Like, for instance, since ours is tied to the plane of water,
yep.
Is there a way that we could excite or slow the water molecules in the surrounding area, perhaps adjusting the temperature?
Only inside the lantern, not once you're out of it.
Not once you're out.
Because the plane stays inside the lantern, except for like when you use a spell that engulfs the area with like Drowning Sorrows, things like that. Right. Now, with that said, you could technically waste Drowning Sorrows, but it's only a one time frame thing. It's not going to do anything long term to help, encompass the place.
We have what a minimum of a week it has to be there, right?
Yes. Which means you're going to run out of Sanctuary really quick, but the goal is just to weather the storm for right now. But no, there's nothing like that can be done outside the lantern. Again, most of the powers are inside the lantern except for the ones you have access to when you're outside of it. Like being resurrected. No. So I would say you don't need to waste a Gravelighter lore. Since you traveled the world and studied Gravelighter lore, you would know your lantern is not capable of that.
Okay. Then maybe a more mundane role such as survival to see if there are ways to make the best of the situation once we're there.
Yup. Prepping for when you get brought out into the material, 100%. Totally fine. See what you get. And I'll come back to you, Voss.
31.
All right. You do prep. You show people how to seal in windows so they can't blow through. You guys nail shutters to outside of windows. Have people do the same thing over the next 5 hours. Kind of like prepping for a hurricane. Very similar concept. You're battering everything down, making sure that we're good. Extra covers for everybody to make sure everyone's warm. Getting coal that's left over from running the Tide Runner, because you do use coal for some of the stuff on there, like the fireplaces that are on it, stuff like that. Gathering that out of some of the cars, spreading it amongst the house to help them keep warm, and so on. Voss, we come back to you. We've gotten 2 checks done. And then we're going to watch Nora crash land into an iceberg. Maybe. Probably not. She's probably going to roll a natural 20. But
she's going to go full Wile E. Coyote.
Okay. Gravelighter lore still. Different question.
Okay.
The pedestal,
yes,
is set up for the lantern.
Correct.
To affect the whole city. Is that because it is? Is that because it is the lantern, or because it is a reliquary?
It's just an amplifier for the lantern.
Could it work with another reliquary? Is my question.
I'm going to say the same thing I said last time. No. It's only for the lantern. You're trying to loophole.
No, I'm actually curious.
No, it cannot.
I'm curious because of how it was crafted.
It's not like a vault like you've dealt with on the ships and stuff. It is specifically made to hold that lantern, to set it in there and amplify the abilities of the lantern to let the city out properly.
So it couldn't actually work with another lantern. It has to be this specific one.
It has to be this lantern.
Okay, cool.
Now, that doesn't mean you couldn't build more, because remember, you guys built this.
Right.
This isn't something that was naturally here. You guys made it. So no. Again.
Okay.
That's not going to help.
I mean...
I'm just giving you knowledge that Voss would know, so you don't have to roll that.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine, because it's ticking boxes off the list of things that I'm curious if we can do. In that case,
I do need a roll from the audience for Terry as well.
Yeah, I used Society the first time. I'm going to use Crafting, I think, for this one.
Okay, to help get everything set up to go.
Yeah, it's more of I'm curious because light is the problem, and we're going to be in the dark skies. If we're deep enough, light's not going to escape.
If the tides are over top of the city, if they're that deep, which is what Nora's kind of looking for, you will have a strong enough, or you should have a strong enough beacon wall from the daylighters that it won't get in and light won't get out. Should. She'd have to find a deep enough spot for it, though, that's not, gonna peer out the top of the dome and there's just like a glowing island.
Right. I mean, even if it's a glowing island, the
Thank you,
dark
DK.
tides would buy us some
Yeah, I'll buy you some. It'll help.
time, but
So give me your craft.
It's a 42.
Okay. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So as you guys get everything ready, Nora, you fly out over the crater. Looking for the right spot. Do you have a skill that you would like to use with all of your senses that you have? Just looking for perception, basically diving in and out of the depths, kind of judging distance, trying to find something you think would be the right size. Basically the tallest building in Merrifield plus a dome over it is kind of what you're looking at.
right. I think I'm gonna use perception.
Okay.
To look around, and then as I'm doing it, like the way that I'm doing it is I'm trying to use those little pinpoints of light.
Yep.
From the living creatures.
Yep.
To try and figure out like where the ground is in relation to where I am.
Yeah, so you're basically going up until they're out of distance, judging the distance, going back and forth.
Yeah.
Nora, super calculations, 5 knowledge checks, 1 roll. Yeah, that kind of thing. I got you.
Yeah, that kind of thing. I mean, I could. Wow. Okay. I forgot I also picked up pilot lore. So once the suspenders run out, I can switch to pilot lore.
Would you like to make a pilot lore check? I'll make the DC lower for finding how high it is off the ground in space.
So I'll do perception to like look around for a safe spot, and then I'll use pilot lore to figure out height.
Good. Give me a roll.
Perception, that is a 39. Hello, Boo. How are you?
A 39?
A 39 for perception, and then a 39 for pilot lore. Hi.
Nora, 39. Pilot lore and perception. As you find a spot that is 1,000 across, you're pretty sure you're good. You touch down, and it is snowy. It's deep. It's up to your waist in the area you're in, but it crunches on landing. You safely land. You don't have to make any extra roll, nothing like that. You dive through it. I will tell you, on fail, you would have taken 7d12 damage from the incoming hail and cold.
I mean, it is what it is.
You didn't fail either check as you touch down. It is horrifying here. And you have about an hour left that you're surviving in here in cover. So if you can give me one survival roll to kind of survive out the next area, I'm assuming you're going to walk out the 1,000-foot circle.
Yes.
Do you have a 1,000-foot piece of rope and a rod? Or actually a 500-foot piece of rope and a rod.
I'm going to say no, but let me just double check.
Okay.
What is this music?
This is Nora's thinking music.
But yes, this is my thinking music.
It is called The Blessing of the Trickster.
Oh, thanks, Amir.
Yeah.
This is way more suiting. I just wanted to let it play because it was hilarious. What you got for me? Nora's like deeply calculating if she has anything that's that much rope. I can tell you while she's doing that on the inside of the city, you needed 10. Voss, you crit getting the last one that was needed.
Okay.
So I guess all your questioning worked out for the better and you use a craft roll. As you guys get this place 100% situated and ready to go, I do want to know if any of you are you all going to be back at the shop, I should say, or are you all going to be at the shop, or are you going to go back to the town hall? Where are you going to be when they bring the place back into existence?
I mean, I'd say we're probably at the town hall because, like, that's kind of where the home base was going to be and everything for their efforts.
Sure. Maybe, yeah.
Unless Everston, Lillian, if you can think of a better place.
Lillian looks over at the plague doctor's wagon. Goes,
oh my god.
No. The town hall sounds wonderful.
Lillian, I feel like you deserve a moment here. Are you gonna go talk to the plague doctor with the knowledge that you have?
I mean, I might as well. Just like real quick.
Oh boy.
Okay.
I'll just say I'll just be one minute. And I'll just kind of pop my head in the door. And knock. Do the door frame knock after I'm already half in the room sort of deal.
Sure.
Just like Dr. Toll. Is that you?
He like slowly turns and you hear the jangles of the talisman. He's like, 1 second. And you hear the as he pulls this long tube out of the guy's ear and sets it in a holder on the side. He's like, you should be good. And like there's a nightmare moving inside of this jar as he seals it. He turns around holding it, and you see the 2 paws from one of the intellect devourers hit it. And he goes, and who told you my name?
I'm pretty sure it's a vaguely common knowledge around the town. Is that correct?
No.
Ah. Is there a reason why you keep a lower profile?
Yes. I don't want anyone to know my name. Who told you?
Introvert.
No.
He's dodging child support payments from 50 years ago.
I can't be quite so sure. Just I hadn't really seen them before, but I was just asking about just your services in general, and they mentioned your name. I can't even remember. Do I know like the person?
Yeah, you
told me
probably
that
exactly remember who told you.
Okay. Is it anybody that is important? Is it a named character?
Yeah, it's somebody in the town you've never met before.
Okay.
Up
It
to
was
you.
that
If you want to share that information.
Mm.
Do you mind speaking to me into the wagon instead of out here? There's like there's a pig on the wall, a skin of one with burners underneath it, and you can hear something bubbling in it.
Absolutely.
Excellent. After you.
Lillian looks at all of her feats. All of her feats.
Yep.
All of her feats.
Yep. And you look around, it's like the line of people was at 200. It's down to like the last 25. He goes, the last 20 of you, if you could please make yourselves inside. Do not fall asleep. I'll be with you in the next hour. I need to speak with the client, please.
I would like to use fabricated connections to lie about having taken an action so convincingly that I acquire all the tangible benefits of having successfully completed it.
And what would you
So I'm
like
going
to
to,
say getting inside the wagon with that bullshit feat? Nora, I take it back. Your feats aren't bullshit. It's hers.
I'm just going to
You're never gonna have to roll
All
dice.
right,
I roll your dice for your fucking bullshit lying skill, and the other one just says you get stuff. You'll never have to roll dice again. You might as well just get rid of your dice. You can ship them to P.O. Box.
Oh, no. I roll deception in place of a different skill.
Oh, okay.
And I would like to do that to try to make a positive impression.
So doesn't it say specifically what it does? Did you click it in chat? Fabricated connections. Now that I've taken an action so convincing that you acquire the tangible benefit of having successfully completed it. So it is, you're saying that you have done what exactly? They like you? Is that what you're trying to say?
I want him to like me more. So I'm going to talk about medicine and concoctions.
And herbs and poison and antitoxins.
Exactly. Yes.
Cool. I'll give you one
Snake
check mark.
bites.
I'll give you one check mark here for that. Successfully. What does it give you, a DC, or does it just say you were successful?
It's I have to roll deception.
You want to give me that roll?
I'm okay with this. 42.
Christ.
Cool. So they stop. They come in to the room. They shut the wagon behind. And they grab the plague doctor mask, and you hear it like pop off his face, like suction off as he sets it down. And he's got like a long, like he's got the tri-corner hat on that he's always had, and it's pretty low like this, so you can't see his face.
Okay.
Well, that's
really.
What do you say, Todd?
I was really expecting her to say, "Leave it on."
Says, I don't appreciate my name being passed around.
Oh, absolutely. If you'd like, I could make sure the entire town is misled about your name.
Oh, is that so?
Mm-hmm. I can be influential when I feel like it. So I do love the new mask. It's quite nice. It suits you very well.
You have a cult, right?
Say that again? Yes.
You have a cult, right? Can you give me an occult check as he shuts the door? And the room is only lit by the Bunsen burners underneath the pig bladder with the human blood in it.
That is a 38.
Are you happy with that?
No.
Would you like to roll? Would you like to use a hero point as we're getting close to the end of the show? Yeah, okay.
Yes.
All right, Foxglove, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, that's better. Okay. That's a 45.
Okay. I'm gonna give you a piece of information. And
Okay.
I think you're gonna be real happy with this. Looks up, he's like, that is the name, the true name of somebody. And that kind of name can't just be spread about. I would like you to keep your cool. What skill would you like to do that before I pass back to Nora, walking in a 500-foot, aka 1,000-foot circle with some random fucking concoction she's made for 500-foot rope. I don't know what she's going to use, but we'll find out.
Absolutely deception.
I thought we made a thing to go around the lantern to walk around whenever we landed the train. I thought we had one.
Yeah, it's probably in the lantern.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's on Everston. And I would like to point out she did not bring Everston's body.
I thought it went back into the lantern already because it took an hour for him to reconstitute.
Oh yeah, you're right, it would. It'd be in the lantern. You are correct. Thank you. That is a good point. It does take an hour for him to reconstitute. Anyway, what did you get on the deception check there?
Oh shit. You ready for this, Eric?
If you tell me it's a fucking natural 20, I'm just turning off my cam. God damn it. What is the total?
Oh! That's a 46.
I'll tell you needed a 44.
Love to see it.
He believes you. If you could make that happen, I would be more than happy to assist you in some form or fashion.
Absolutely. Mortimer Van Gogh.
I hate
And
that
I'm going to
name, but I'll
waken
let
him.
it go. The Plague Doctor was much easier. If that's what you would like to do, I will. Mortimer is fine. I can't believe that we're keeping that name. Fake name. Let me write that down. With that, how long are you staying in the wagon and speaking with this individual? With Mortimer Van Gogh.
Just about a minute more.
Okay. There's
I'm
only
just
one
gonna
way
talk
out.
to
It's
him.
behind him.
Okay. I'm just going to talk in and, just act like I'm
Totally fine.
enjoying being able to talk to somebody about medicine for a little bit.
I
And
do
I'm just
love
going
the
to use
idea
some.
of antitoxins, and that's like the conversation. Is it like pans out of the wagon, and the line of 20 make their way into the town hall, and when they go through the door to the town hall, it opens up this like frozen, blowing wind. Nora, how are you gonna walk out a 1,000-foot circle?
I'm going to contact I'm going to contact Everston and say, are you able to come out of the lantern yet or no?
Would be.
I can't.
I believe so.
Because I need that tool that we use to measure the circumference to make sure we're in a safe place to land.
That's what the conversation sounds like.
Do we have a mental link? Oh no, that's just inside.
Yeah, this is inside. It's still her speaking to Lantern, like she's huddled next to it, talking to it. It's you hear the voice of the person.
I'm glad the voice, whoever's talking to the lantern, it doesn't like reverberate throughout Merrifield.
No, it's just the person she pulls up, so it's just the mask for you, and there's no skull behind it, because.
I just imagine Nora's voice just kind of echoing like an intercom, and everybody passing by goes, "Ooh, Everston!"
As you could come out with the rope and the piece that they need to walk it out.
I don't have any cold weather gear, but I should be fine.
Well, I mean, you're in town, right? Can't you find something?
You
Nathan and
can
Thomas?
have stuff that will lessen the effect of this weather.
Okay.
I'm assuming Nora will walk with you, and are you guys going to walk with the lantern out to push the tides away for this part?
So, what I was thinking is that Everston would stand
in the middle,
and I don't know if this is gonna work very well, but Everston would stand in the middle
with the lantern,
to protect himself.
Okay.
I would go out, and then I would have the dawn lantern, and then use my illumination to make it a little bit more powerful.
Okay.
And then if shit goes south with that, then I can use my focus spell of positive luminance to give me light for a minute.
So that what I'll do is Everston's first. When you come out, her to walk around and do this loop is probably gonna take about 30 minutes to walk through all the snow. And 1,000-foot fucking, 500 foot out from you, but a full circle. Probably about 30 minutes to walk through the snow. Well enough, because it's up to her waist. From you, I will need a fortitude save from the cold to resist some of the damage, to half it. Unless you get a critical, then you're just apparently invincible. And then Nora, I would need a fortitude save from you, but your DC, you'll be taking a lot less damage because of all the gear you have on. Okay. No perception check or anything like that. The daylight between the two of you is strong enough to keep these tides away.
Okay.
I will tell you, you do see things swimming in the tides around you, but they're not entering. They seem to need the tides to fly in it.
Okay.
This episode is just the Wisconsin Trail.
Oh my god.
Maybe.
All right, I'm gonna use my second patch to re-roll that fort save.
Okay.
I'm gonna use a.
You love to hear it.
You can use a hero point to reroll that fort save.
Okay.
That's a lot better. As a 17, so as a 40.
For yours, okay. Okay.
33.
You do not crit. You will take some damage, but you don't take a lot. Is the ice is raining down since you can't move? Would you like to shield block?
Not, bitch. All fort saves that are successful are crit successes.
That's right. Take my 52 points back.
Yikes.
So you shield overhead. Ting, 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 ting.
Yes.
And Nora out in there. On the edge of it, you can see the snake following around. Once in a while, you see its face really close to the light. And alongside of it, you see the Lady of the Tides traveling with it as you're kind of walking in a circle. They're following in the tides around you. Bartleby and the Lady of the Tides.
Okay.
You walk out the circle, make your walk back into the center. Everston, you summon the city. There's that audible pop in the ears of everybody on the inside. As it comes into fruition, do you cast one of the sanctuaries out of the dome, or do you wait for Voss to get there to do it?
Is there a different effect if one or
Nope,
the other?
it's going to require a check. That's why I'm asking.
Oh. Do I know ahead of time what kind of check?
Yeah, it's going to take either arcane or it's going to take occult for it.
Ooh, let's have Voss do that.
Okay. Voss.
I mean, yeah, I would probably be there. Probably be there with him if that was the plan.
Wait,
Well,
hold
no,
on.
as soon as
So
he summons it, it would appear. The pedestal would be there. He would set it into the pedestal.
would I be there with?
Yeah, you'd be back as well.
Everston?
Yep. You'd all be
Everston
around
would-
that little area. There's basically like the pedestal, and there's like a cordoned off area where it's safe to stand. It's
Okay,
dirt.
well, because if we were hashing out this plan, like I think, like I would have,
You've
if
had
I'd known,
6
I would
hours
have been
now.
like, well, if it takes occultism or something, I can make that check.
Well, once
And I
everyone's there, you would do it. It would be once
Yeah.
the city's there. So whoever wants to make it that's good at it, I just know that Lillian has it as well, but Lillian will not be near you when this happens since she's busy talking to somebody.
Voss, do you want to roll it or me? Because I don't know what you are in it, but I think I'm legendary in it, and I also have trick magic item.
Oh, fuck.
I am legendary.
Okay.
So
Would you like to assist her?
with
Or assist
Well,
each other,
what's
one or
your-
the other?
what's trick magic item do?
It's just, I mean, I don't know if it would come in handy for this necessarily, but it's a feat that lets me trick a magic item if I can make the check. And because I'm trained in every single...
There's nothing to
I'm
trick
trained
it. You just need a cult, or you need
Okay.
arcane.
I mean, we're all Gravlighters, so we can all do this. Like,
Yeah.
I
No.
don't think there's any trick that needs to happen.
No, you can all do this. You are making the magical item do something a little bit beyond what it normally does.
Oh,
Because
for the
you're
I see what
using
you're saying. I see
for the
what you're saying.
sanctuary.
Well,
Okay.
Kelly, I got a plus 30. What do you have?
I have a plus 28. I'll aid you.
Okay.
Okay.
Give me a roll. A rolls.
Okay.
Then I'll let
Okay, I crit.
Lillian out of the wagon.
So you get a plus 3, I
Damn it,
think?
we should've had you
Nightmare!
roll.
No. I mean, like, I crit for the aiding.
Oh, okay. I thought you rolled a 20. I was like,
No.
God damn it.
I crit for the aiding part.
So how much you get?
So you give me a plus 4 for that, right? Because you're legendary.
I want to say it's either plus 3 or plus 4.
Each one's a
look it up
plus
real
one.
I think 3 is master.
What did you get on your roll, Drew? What does Voss
I got a
got?
17
Total?
Legendary is plus 4.
on the die.
No, total. I
So
want your total.
21. Total is a 51.
Okay, that's over what you need. As you cast Sanctuary and you see the light from the lantern spread out and hit the daylight beacons, you see the dome slowly start to fold over top of it. When it does, the tides come rushing in. They hit the walls and rebound off. At the gate to the southwest on the map, there is the sound of horns going off, which is like or probably a bell. It wouldn't be a horn, it'd be a bell that goes off from one of the towers next to the southwest gate on the main road that comes in. There's yelling back into the city saying that we have a large moving shadow in the distance. They launch a daylight arrow out into the distance and it impacts. With that said, if you would like to look at the southwest corner of the screen, I'm going to put something on the map that is a distance away. It's not going to be near there yet, but it will be on the map. Is large footsteps are walking this way. They're not running. They are walking. And I'll put it partially over the wall just so you all can see it. With this, Lillian, you would be exiting the wagon, making your way towards the center of the town. I would like to know if you're sharing this information that you have publicly. And yes, that is the correct size.
Oh, snap.
Whoa.
Okay.
I think if that's similar to what I saw, I'm like, well, at least it's just one of them for now.
And it is moving its way here outside through the snow. It's not running, and it is not dragging anything. It's just moving. You hear a bellows from it, like it's yelling, and you hear an echo bellows to the north of you, and you can tell that they are trying to locate each other, making their way towards. If he continues on this trajectory, he's going to walk right through the city. And they obviously are doing a Marco Polo style, like beckon and call to locate each other, to make their way towards each other through the snow. It's not that they're looking for you. They're just marching through. With that, Lillian, take us back to the main page. As you make your way back to the group, hurriedly, is that the right term? Mm-hmm. Okay. You get back to the group, and they're all standing around the lantern, and it works. There's the bright glowing green dome over everything. The air in this area is moist almost from the sanctuary being cast, similar to when you use it outside. What would you like to tell the group to close us out for the night?
So what Lillian would like to do is use her new feat that she has taken, which I'm going to drop into chat.
No, we don't. We'll be able to see it.
Yep. So that's doublespeak. Skilled at saying one thing while meaning something different.
You sneaky bastard!
Your true meaning behind other words and phrases, relying on subtle emphasis and shared experience to convey meaning that only your allies understand.
I would like their perception check first. And then, Allie, I would like to know what the doublespeak is, and then tell me what you're actually saying.
It's any allies who have traveled alongside you for at least one full week automatically discern your meaning.
Oh,
meaning.
So other observers have to make that check.
I still would love to hear the doublespeak. What bullshit do you say? And then you can tell them what it really means. Just because I feel like it deserves that.
I am just going to say, I've got to tell you, that plague doctor is such a dream. And what I am saying is that this plague doctor, who's been traveling with us for as long as we can remember, is the fucking avatar of Darkane.
Son of a bitch.
Well, it's a good thing you didn't say his actual name out loud.
Do you share that you know his real name?
Not immediately. I'm not going to be like, and you want to know his real name?
Right, right. But I mean, in your doublespeak, and you could be like, I know his real...
Yeah.
Okay. So with that, everybody, I will end us on that tonight. We have two giants calling to each other like whales in an ocean, trying to get to each other through a magical storm that Merrifield is now in the material holding out on. Nora apparently is a superhero. I don't know why I'm running this game anymore. Everston is immune to meteor-sized fucking ice comets. Voss apparently knows everything about magic and now has a spell that lets us locate anyone thanks to Serving Hands. And tonight we had a total of... It looks like tonight we had a total of 70 cards played tonight.
Damn, Gina.
Which we will total up. It gets us closer to our 1313. We're over halfway now, I think, to our 1313 number. And yeah, no one died. We did have some cool cards come out, so that's what I wanted to talk about before we leave this evening, and then we'll talk about some of the stuff we have going on. I'll just give a quick rundown so we don't run too late. Out of the amazing cards that we had tonight, I want to point out that we got 1,000 Squalls from Serving Hands tonight. We also got a legendary Drowning Sorrow in case that's needed. Remember, now that you know you can amplify through that, that might not be a bad idea to use that during this upcoming problem that you have. Hero points galore have been put out between Serving Hands, DK, and KJ, this season's ones. We got the new spells. We got some cannonball cards. There is an airship here, so if you do need to use it, you could. These winds could be dangerous. We also have Prith, because you'll finally be able to see the new version of Prith. By the way, he is now a young adult.
They grow up so fast.
Because he's been in the egg the whole time these cards have been played, at times 4 the amount of cards that have been played. So he's now a young adult dragon, which makes me very sad. And then what else do we get? Legendary card, the Agent now gets a level as well. For the next legendary card for the Agent has been played by Bear the Crusader. We have some new Ever-Ready Arsenals, and we have another Magic Ever-Ready Arsenal that got made tonight. So Todd, get ready to pull some Ever-Ready Arsenals out. But yeah, over 73 cards played tonight, 73, 74, 75 cards played tonight. Thank you for everyone who donated packs this evening, put out community packs from Serving Hands, KJ for picking them up, Anna for community packs. Allie picked up cards too tonight. Serving Hands picked up cards as well, as we bring a close to episode 4 into Between a Rock and a Giant Place, which will be our next episode. I apologize in advance. It's going to be a rough one. It's going to be a rough one if you guys end up getting in a fight. And now Foxglove knows that this entire time you should have been finding out who the fuck the Plague Doctor was. I want to say, for those who have played with me for years, I Dr. F'd you. You all know what it is. You're welcome.
Yep.
And I had to bring it into live play at some point in time because it's a great trick. But yeah, everyone, thank you for joining us for the night. I don't know if I'm raiding anyone. Let me look and see if there's any of my friends on that I would like to raid. Jason Bowman's on. Perception Studios on. Look, I love Perception Studios. We're going to go raid Perception Studios. We do have a bunch of stuff going on this week. Tomorrow I'll be on Seek and Destroy at 5 p.m. Come help our Transmonger hero. He is now tier 2 thanks to all the community points. Thursday I will be on watching Paint Dry with 88 Riddles as we start up our new month of shows. And then later that evening over on Half Dragon AP, I will be on with Athena, Matt Palmer, and Noir, ran by Daisy Grant. I'm going to be playing in 5e. I know that's blasphemy, but I'm going to be playing in 5e. Sponsored by Cobalt Press. I can promise that we are playing the most interesting character I have maybe ever played. This GM's going to be so mad. That night, are you doing your spooky games, Drew?
I am. I'm also going to be streaming tomorrow. I'm going to drop a link in chat real quick, gang. If you need new glasses, go click that. I'm going to stream about it tomorrow. I learned a whole bunch of new shit about this company. They're fucking awesome.
Yeah, they are actually cool. I can't be.
I'm doing a sponsored stream with Warby Parker. So if you need new glasses, click on that. Go get them there. They're a great company, but I'm streaming about that tomorrow. I'm probably going to play Valheim or Aliens or something. Sweet. But it's going to be sponsored by Warby Parker because it's the second one that I have to do for the completion of that. And then for the next 9 days, if people want to get glasses, it'll count towards my goal.
I think everybody who's on the Monday show should have to buy new shades to wear during their press conferences. Does anyone else have anything? Ladies of Lake is Friday, correct?
It is. Ladies of Lake is Friday, and I'm going to be on a charity stream tomorrow on GM Hina's channel.
Jesus,
I'm going to be playing some Thirsty Sword Lesbians with our friend Mallory Mize, or Moxie Blue.
Nice.
And we are going to be raising some money for the Trevor Project for GM Hina's Pride Never Dies July month-long stream event.
I can tell you that this year, for those going to Gen Con, Thirsty Sword Lesbians is up for a bunch of Annie Awards.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. For art, internal art, and a couple other things. So that's pretty cool as well. There is no AAA company up right now for anything in the Ennies.
Yeah, Ennies kind of like shifted from like mainstream industry to like indie.
Yeah.
The indie Ennies, as I now call them.
I still have my Ennie on the wall here from 2013.
I forgot you got one for doing stuff with Paizo.
Well, for Wayfinder number 8, we won a gold Ennie. I'm 1/75th of the people who contributed, so I have 1/75th of an Ennie.
1/75. Hey man, it takes a team to get an Ennie. It doesn't take one, unless you're Zach Sabbath, then it takes 2. So him and whatever personality that wrote his shit. So that's us. That's it for us tonight. Kelly, you're not on any new streams, right? Yet? No?
Nope.
We will be.
Not now.
Shirt.
We will be. Yep. What shirt?
Sorry, go ahead.
What'd you say? You got a new shirt?
I have a new shirt out today. Yeah.
Oh, what did you have? What'd you put out? Put the Todd
here,
shirt
I'll
in
just-
chat. It'll pop it. It should do it when I say it.
There we go. Todd's cheese.
It's a famous phrase from our previous groups way in the past. It is
Let the dice decide.
a fun little.
Aww.
Yeah, this is let the dice decide.
Aww.
Nice, nice.
It doesn't have the hand,
So,
the heels, and arms on it. I figured there'd be two hands, a black and a white hand holding it for
not
Jamie. That's adorable. That is a very true statement.
Maybe not as a shirt if you don't like it as that. Stickers, mugs, it looks great as a magnet, that kind of stuff.
I
got a lot of options on there.
I have room on my metal PC for that. Note to self. Well, everybody, we'll be back next Tuesday. I will be back on Friday for our first Shackleford adventure. And sign up if you're interested in doing the living community. You can find that in our Discord. We're going to go say hi to Perception Studios since I stopped that raid. I'm going to take us over. We're going to do our exit. And yeah, everyone, we'll see you all this week. We're on all the time. Just fucking follow us on Twitter. You'll fucking find us. We're fucking everywhere.
Right?
We're literally everywhere. We're in your dreams. We're the Dark Hane of streaming. We'll see you in your dreams. Bye. I'm Giant. Good night, everybody. Thank you for watching us tonight. We're going to go raid Perception Studios. Thank you so much for joining us. And as always, remember, the tides will find you. Or just Dark Hane in a wagon.